Hi everyone, how are you? I'm gonna turn my volume up here. That Shannon, you put that, I'm like, why is she putting could? And then I realized I completely, it's been a long morning, okay? I'm just adjusting the sound for myself here and then making sure that you guys can still hear the music. Today is Friday. How is everybody? All right. Okay, so today's question of the day is, if you could live in, if you could live in any book world / universe, which would you choose? Hi, Kara. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Dee. Hi, Linda. Throne of Glass. See, I feel like I like the idea of basically having superpowers, but I don't know, man. It seems pretty rough in that world. Let's see. Leanne, good morning. Kelly, good morning. Natalie, good morning. Yana, Oz, it's also colorful and everyone is happy, but the Wicked Witch has to be dead before I live there. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know how I'd feel about, like, Munchkin Land was okay. Where was that place where she got a makeover? Can I go there? That was the Emerald City, right? I could probably do the Emerald City if they offer free makeovers. Leanne, good morning. Christine, good morning. Let's see. Leanne says, I think I would like to live in Outlander's world, but first season Outlander's, not second season. You know, it's funny. I was talking to Steve about that, and like I've watched Outlander and everything, and I asked him, like, you know, meat preservation back then, because like surely if it's not preserved correctly, like you could get sick from it, right? But what he pointed out was that like the gut health of the people back then were bolstered, and you know the way they lived, it made it so they could withstand more things. But if people from then were to travel to here, they wouldn't live very long because we have so many different kinds of things. And the same goes vice versa. If we were to travel there, we wouldn't live very long either because of like the, what is it, microbiome? Like it's just like things are so different that like we'd struggle. So I'd want to go to then, but with the caveat that I wouldn't get sick from food poisoning. Let's see, because I'm reproving, right? I know, and I typed it like quickly, and I've been running around, and yeah, so we're lucky. I only the word wasn't misspelled. I just used the wrong one. Hi, Jeanette. Oh, but for the creatures, yeah. Hi, Kenny. Hi, Melissa. Any book where you don't get a headache? Oh my God, Linda, can I join you? Emerald City's where you've been. Okay, yeah, I could do Emerald City. Let's see, Angela, good morning. Kara, good morning. Okay, I hope I didn't miss anyone. How is everyone today? So I did color some, but I didn't have enough time to get to the rest of it. I was up probably a little later than I should have been last night, but I was just like, I'll just stay focused today and make sure that we get as much done as possible. So let's see, I'm trying to think if there's any announcements. If you weren't here last time, hold on, bring it over here. Just a quick reminder. So this is our new members download page. So if you're a member, go ahead and make sure you download yours because our next color along after this one, so Wednesday, we're going to be coloring some bookmarks. I'm thinking marker? I don't know. After doing that marker with Belinda, I was like, I kind of want to do marker again. So yeah, I've got it printed on my Nina cardstock, so it's nice and thick. Any book? There you go. It's nice and thick, but we're going to be working on this next week. But the download is going to be up all month, so you can become a member anytime this month if you want to get your hands on that one. And then just another quick reminder, this is now up in my Etsy store for the Steampunk Monarch Coloring Events. Color-on, Color-thon event. Anyway, it's up in the Etsy store right now, and it is on sale. Never gouache. We could do gouache. I'm hesitant to do gouache because I know not a lot of people have it. Maybe we could do like, you know, there's 4 bookmarks. We could do, I think I'd reprint it out for gouache though, because with my printer on this paper, it doesn't react well to water. So maybe I'll like reprint it out and do one like really, really light. But we could do different mediums. It's very possible. Anyway. But those are, I think, pretty much my announcements. Yeah, I think that's it. Hi, Mona. All right, well, let's go ahead and dive straight in. So like I said, I colored some of the strawberries and the leaves, which is stuff that we had already done. Hang on, put on some chapstick here. Hold up. I like seeing all the highs in there. Love it, hi Dee. Yeah, my mama Mona. Anyway, so we'll go over how I did like the blackberries, which I still want highlights on there, but I have the white paint with me today. I didn't have it out last time, but I've got water, I've got brushes, so we'll probably do that last. Good morning, Durbin. It's just universal now, Mona. Anyone that has been around for a while is just going to sing your name every time they talk to you. So let's go ahead and just start from the top down. And we'll get as far as we can possibly get today and then go from there. But today will be the last day with it. Secret Garden. Oh, yeah, little fairyland. Yeah, because I didn't specify coloring book or reading book. Right, Mona? Okay, so let's go ahead and do this little flag first. I'm thinking I might do matching colors for the fruit on here. So let's start with, what do I have here? Parma Violet? Yes. So we are going to alternate some colors. We'll have the red and the blue. So we'll do blue, red, Parma Violet. And we are using the Arrtx colored pencils. Okay, and then for the blue, we're going to get the cloud blue. So all very light colors now, but then we're going to go a bit darker. Now I used a peach on the highlight of the strawberry, but I don't think we will. I think we're going to use carmine red, or was this orange or poppy? That's pale vermilion. Yeah, we'll use carmine red. So Mom and I had a fun girls shopping trip yesterday. They're still here, but not currently. Anyway, we went to Hobby Lobby and we were looking at the yarn, and there was a grocery cart that was parked along the aisle. I don't know if they were getting ready to put it up or what, but long story short, there was a bunch of yarn in it. Oh, thanks, Kenny. There was a bunch of yarn in it, and it was all marked down, like so much. Here, I'm gonna grab a couple skeins here so I can show you. I should have grabbed it beforehand. I knew I was gonna tell you about it. Hang on. So we were trying to figure out why it was marked down, because not all of them were like this, but some of them were. And so they had a little thing. Oh, I guess I took off the wrapping. Oh, there's a wrapping on here. Okay, so they had a thing, it was X'd out and damaged. So this is regularly a $6.50 thing of yarn, but as you can see, it's oh, come on, my clip's falling down. Sorry, I'm holding the mic. If it sounds muffled, give me a sec. So in this basket, there were quite a few that were like kind of messy and unraveled and whatnot. And so we poked through it, and my mom and I looked at each other. We're like, we are not opposed to a little bit of yarn whiting for such a good deal, because like this was the most expensive yarn that there was there. This was like $1.24, and look, like it's not even like, I'm guessing, well, not, I don't know the reason in this case, but like these ones, I'm guessing like it was better for them to put it on sale than it was to like pay an employee to wind it back up. But we saw the basket and we're like, yes, please. So there were 2 of them, and I got a couple more. They're all on my shelf. I actually redid, let me show you guys. I redid, I don't know if you can see, there we go. See, I point there for me, but for you guys, it's over here. These 2 shelves right here now have stacked yarn. Are they really? Maybe that's why. But one of those, thankfully it wasn't too tangled last night. Right? Yeah, so it's like a string. Yeah, it's a string. It is, let's see, what is it? It's 100% acrylic, but it's definitely more like a string. But I was just like, cheap yarn? Absolutely. Like there was nothing wrong with it except for the fact that it's a horribly tangled mess. So I will be tackling this. Mom was untangling hers for a while too, but like this one, like perfectly fine. And in fact, one of the blue colors, I realized when I got home, I had gotten that exact same skein of yarn at some point for a project. I just hadn't gotten to it. And there were 2 of them there of the exact same color, not the same lot, but it's a solid color, so they're not different at all. And so now I have 3 skeins of that particular yarn, and I'm like, woo. local charity shop sells loads like that, right? Well, we saw it and we're like, yes, please. Because Hobby Lobby has their sales right now where, you know, because they alternate their sales every other week. And their yarn is 30% off as it is right now. So I also treated myself to some chunky yarn that I want to make a pumpkin out of. I just need to get used to it because I have a tendency to pull my stitches really tight. I'm using Violet. I have a tendency to pull my stitches really tight. And as I discovered yesterday, Mom and I were sitting in the car, we were messing with our yarn and everything, and I did like this long chain. I'm like, oh, this is so fast and so easy. But because I pulled it so snug, like I was having a hard time fitting it in there. And then also I was like, oh, I'm out of yarn already. Right, Christine? Yeah, I love a good clearance find. There were some Wink of Stella that were there also. Let's see, where did I put it? See, I just set my yarn in the pencil box. Let's see. So I got this one, but, yeah, right, Violet, you're turning violet. But there was another clear one, and I already have clear, so I gave Mom the other one because I wanted her to use it. But, I mean, look at this. It was $5.99, reduced to $2.99, reduced to 59 cents. I was just like, yes, please. No worries. Oh, I have, let's see, did I hang? No, I haven't hung your quilt square back up. Ta-da, this was yours. Got the butterfly button. But yeah, so I was just like, yes. And then we got a few other trinkets, a few things. Actually found a couple. I'm started to keep an eye out for like Christmas gifts and stockings or whatever else. So I found a few little tidbits to save for that. So, you know, Christmas is going to be here in like 2 months. And so I'm just like, I need to start thinking, because Steve is just, he doesn't ever want anything. He's a hard guy to buy for. So, oh no, you know, sometimes, like I'm visiting Hobby Lobby. Yeah, well, and if they are clearing out the other brands, which I kind of don't like. I do like, you know, I like my brands, and that just means I'll have to drive elsewhere for... No. So I have the tassel and the teapot still to go, but I did not have time. But thankfully, like in the thing, I'm like, I'll need 1 to 2 weeks, which, yeah, I sometimes need. But no, I have not yet. No quilt updates today. But yeah, so I like the sales when they have them, but, yeah, it's just not all the time. I just gotta get lucky, because like Melissa will send a message saying she had a deal, and I'll go to mine. I'm like, not fair. Mine doesn't have it. It's like when they got rid of all their Copics. Like I was just like, yoink. Same thing with the distress inks. They were getting rid of a bunch of those, and I'm like, well, okay. I am not opposed to good deals with art supplies. Okay, let's get a little bit of black. Birthday party stuff, yay! All right, we'll take a look at your yarn clearance section. Let me know if they've got some on yours too. But we were just cracking up at the whole like damage thing. We're like, well, it's not really damaged. All it needs is a little patience. And heck, for $1.50, I have all the patience. Okay, we're gonna use, let's use light umber. Yes, light umber. There we go. You guys hear that? That's a loud plane. That's a really loud plane. Sorry, I was just like, oh, hello. Actually, we're gonna do this in a color, but we'll do this in the wood. There we go. But yeah, we'll color those bookmarks next. I'm excited. Let's see, dark brown. Oh, and do I have my, oh, I do. I started my sketch for that. Well, not started, I finished the sketch, and now I just need to, you know, transfer the sketch, like, you know, I got to do an under painting coat, and then I'll, you know, use a darker paint to sketch out what I want to do. But here, let me pull it up because it'll help you guys visualize a little bit more. I'm excited to do it. I just got to find the time to get the paints out and get started. But I'm going to pull it up for, I texted it to, oh no, my battery's dead on my iPad. Okay, never mind. You don't get to see it. It'll be a surprise. Oh, wait. I texted myself a picture. Hang on. Okay, I take it back. You do get to see. You do get to see. Hang on, because I'm really excited about it. There you go. You're gonna turn, rotate. There we go. Okay, make sure we're good there. So this is what I'm thinking. And the canvas it will be on will be an 18 by 24. So the idea is the coral will be, and I may switch it up, but currently the idea is the coral will be kind of a gray, and the parts where the octopus is touching the coral and starting to camouflage, that will be gray, and then the rest of him will all be, you know, like his normal bright octopus colors. But then I want to do it at an angle where we've got the light coming from the top of the water. So it's not going to be a quick painting. Like, it's probably going to take me a little while to do, but that's kind of what I'm wanting to do, is like take the next year, build up my bulk of paintings, and then I will be more prepared to join more, you know, open call art shows as they come up. So I'm excited. Like I said, that's just a rough sketch for now, because the rest of all the detail will get added once it's actually on canvas. Mother Goose Land would be fun. Oh, that would be fun. All right, let's see. So Carmine Red. That one there, and then we're going to do, what is this one? Crimson Lake. Ride-D, me too. They are just the smartest animals. I find them fascinating. Let's see, that's dark brown. We want dark purple. There you go. I think we could get this done today as long as I don't dawdle. All right, then we're gonna use the blender. And like I said, we're gonna do all the highlights last. Now that I've got that paint sitting here, nobody saw anything. Exclamation point snap. Now that I've got the paints versus last time, we can do all the highlights from last time as well. Also, little Steve has decided what he wants to be for Halloween. Okay, so I'm realizing this is the top of the cake. Sorry, I'm all over the place. We're gonna do a chocolate cake, and we are going to use, let's see, light umber and dark umber, I think. So let's see, this is the light umber, dark brown, dark umber. There we go. Exactly, what snap? I didn't hear a snap. Anyway, at first he thought that he wanted to be Harry Potter, but little Steve loves like different kinds of costume. His favorite in the past has been a hot dog costume, a traffic cone, and he always gets, good reactions from people when we're trick-or-treating. But he has decided that he wants to be the Duolingo mascot, the bird. Hi, Marcy. Yeah, he wants to be the Duolingo bird. So I did a bunch of research online, and there isn't just like a Duolingo costume you can get on Amazon. On the Duolingo website, there are hats and stuff, but it's just a hat. So one of the other things, thanks, Britt. One of the other things that I ended up getting yesterday, because I was brainstorming with Mom, because we got two crafty queens making plans, we'll come out with something good. But we've got, I got some foam from fold, not like hard foam or anything, but it's a roll of foam. It's a little thick, it's a 1 inch thick, but I'm just one of these days going to sit down and very slowly use an X-Acto knife. I know it's going to be tedious, but this is what I want to do, because I also worry about them getting too hot in that 1 inch thick. So I got the foam, and we're essentially going to fold it in half on the top. I'm going to stitch the green fabric, and then we'll probably hot glue on the felt for the eyes and the beak and everything else. And then I got, where did I put it? I got a roll of oh, here it is, of green tulle, because on Duolingo, his eyes are further apart. So what I did is I got this matte tulle, basically a green net, and so we'll cut him a face hole and then put this over the top so he can still see through, but it doesn't make a giant difference. Here you can see the netting on it. There you go. So it's a netting, and so he'll still be able to see through it. Anyway, he's super excited, and I love that he just thinks of these unique costumes, because the thing of it is, I'm not following a pattern or anything. There was one year where we made, little Emily was 2, and I made her a Dorothy costume. I sewed the costume thing. She was adorable. Turns out somebody else used the same pattern, and I was like, no! But yeah, he will be the only one with that particular costume, because I'm not following a pattern. I drew up a sketch that I think will work. I had him stand, and then I took a picture. Thought it was a candle at first. Nope, it's net. But I took a picture of him and then pulled it into my iPad, and I kind of drew the costume around him about how well it would fit. So yeah, the fabric is on sale at Hobby Lobby next week for the solid green that I'll need. It's like 30% off those weeks. And I'm just like, I don't need the fabric right this second, so why not wait till next week when it's on sale? So I'll get the green fabric and we'll stitch along the edges, because he also likes to rewear his costumes. Like, he'll just come downstairs in his hot dog costume for no reason whatsoever. So I want him to be able to revisit this costume later if he wants. So yeah, so we're gonna make him a durable, because the other option was cardboard, and if I couldn't find the foam for it, then I was gonna do that. But we are going to be doing Duolingo. I guess his name isn't Duolingo. The owl's name is Duo, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on that. And I told little Emelie, I'm like, you need to finalize your costume idea, because if it's something I need to make, I gotta know now. Gotta do it when the prices are good. Absolutely he is. His other favorite one, which we got it from Target, it wasn't super as durable as the others, but his other favorite one is a traffic cone. So when we were trick-or-treating, he would point his head down and he would run. Last year's costume, we got him an inflatable, one of those inflatable dinosaur costumes, and he absolutely loved that. It was hilarious. So yeah, I'm excited to make his costume this year. I think it's going to be cute and unique, and yeah. And then let's see, Duo's legs are orange, so I'll probably just get like some orange leggings for him to wear with it, and then some sort of green shirt. If there's extra, I might put wings on it, but he needs to be able to hold his you know, trick-or-treating candy bucket. So he has some green gloves. So, you know, surprisingly not, because it was that really thin kind of tent material, and to keep it inflated, there was a fan blowing inside. Like, he was a little sweaty by the time we were done, but it wasn't uncomfortable. For sewing or like making costumes, I don't ever do anything too complicated. Like, literally, the costume is going to be this. So I'm going to have the large piece of fabric and foam. Imagine this is the whole thing. Well, it's going to get folded in half. So it will end up looking like this. But because his head's going to be resting here, because we're not putting any kind of structure inside, it'll look kind of like this because of where his head's sitting. So it'll kind of look like the ears, and then it'll be stitched like here. I won't stitch it here, and then it'll be stitched here. So his arms will go through there, and then we'll put the eyes here, and then, you know, he'll have his orange legs, and then the netting will be in the middle, and then he'll have his little beak. So it's not overcomplicated, right? I know, it's so funny. Oh yeah, he could hear me easy. Because there was a hole, like in the dinosaur costume, like let's say this is the dinosaur head, right? There's an elastic hole for his head to go in. So it was just, you know, dinosaur. My super awesome dinosaur drawing here. So it was like that, but his head was poked out. So he wasn't fully in it. The adults, I wondered, Renee. The adults one is much bigger and it has a shield over front, but for the kids one, they poke their head out. Hi, Nathan. Let's see, hold on, I missed something up here. Let's see. Dressed up as a bee. Oh, that's adorable. Let's see. So this year I'm making him a Duolingo costume. Him and his sister have both been doing Duolingo on their own. And he's been working on Spanish, and little Emelie has been working on Japanese. But I love these ideas he comes up with. So of course we're gonna figure out how to make a Duolingo costume. So like I said, I've got the netting, I've got the foam. Next week when the fabric is on sale, I'm gonna go to Hobby Lobby and pick out the right greens. And then the eyes and the beak and stuff can all be done with felt, which I still have a lot left over from when I did those Halloween videos for Arrtx. So it shouldn't be too much. Oh, thanks, Callie. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And the weather's not too terrible at the end of October. It definitely starts to cool off more in September, but you know, you're going after night and everything. But that's also why I want to cut the foam in half, because right now it's an inch thick and I want to make it 1/2 inch. If I did any thinner, I probably wouldn't be able to cut it as even. But with an inch thick foam, I was just like, I don't want him to get overheated in that. So he'll have like armholes. I'm probably going to leave a pretty decent gap in the sides so that he can get some airflow. Or even if I wanted to, I could use more of this netting because it's a big long ribbon of it, and I could do that on the side so it's still kind of breathable. So there's plans. Let's see, what did we say there? My mom used to make me her costumes. I was 6 and Lone Ranger was on TV. I wanted to be Tonto. Out of burlap? Oh no. Hi, Topeka. Oh yeah, that must have been so itchy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that must have been fun. Sorry, I just had to adjust something. But yeah, so I'm excited to get started. I don't know, honestly, I have so many projects like in the pipeline that I want to do. Some stuff, you know, to make and sell, but also now that I'm going to have just a little bit more time, I'm really looking forward to doing some things just for myself, not necessarily for, you know, for the shop or to sell or whatever else, but I've got a lot of ideas in the pipeline and I am excited to get started on them. So yeah, I have crochet stuff I want to do now, and the painting and the costume making and all the things and that, and I want to be able to give the kids a little bit more of my attention come, you know, holiday season and whatnot, because there's lots of stuff they like to do during that. Let's see, I've got this terracotta, but I think I want sienna brown. That's burnt ochre. No, I want sienna brown, which I think is in the case still. Let's see, sienna brown. Here still, let's see, that's sepia. I must have sienna brown all the way. Let's grab all of the browns that we got here. Oh, sienna brown, it was right there. Yep, I had it out already. So yeah, it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. And then, yeah, like I said, we'll do the bookmarks on Wednesday. And those are nice kind of fall/Halloween themed. I don't know what colors we'll do or which one we're going to do first. But yeah, I think we'll do marker first, and then maybe we could do gouache. Oh, that's right. I was going to put a poll up about which one we wanted to do. Maybe I'll do that again and then have people comment. Well, not again. Do it for the first time because I spaced it. But then have people comment what medium, you know, what mediums they want to see. Because we've got 4 bookmarks. So we could do 4 different mediums. Okay. Let's go and use the blender on that and see how dark it is. Me a cat outfit one year, but sewed my tail to makes it look like it a big handle. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Let's see. Oh, did I miss what Rainbow said? Oh, hi Rainbow. Yeah, doing good here. Trick-or-treating. Maybe when the grandchildren are older. Yeah, no, that's fair because, like, you know, when they're real little, they don't really remember it. I think we kind of took it easy for the kids' first couple ones. Then, of course, you know, there was like COVID and everything. And then post-COVID, we actually handed out candy more often, but we made this really cool candy delivering pipe. So the kids had a lot of fun. They were in their costumes and they were sending candy down the little PVC pipe chute that we had. So it was good. Our favorite color pencils. I think it depends on my mood, but if I had to default to anyone, it would probably be Ergosoft. They're just, you know, my easy go-to. Okay, so we could do lots of color on here, but I kind of want to, I feel like this area, like right here and here and here. Oh yeah, and I completely trimmed my nails. I was tired of messing with them. I'm doing too much stuff with my hands and my manicures were just not lasting. So I said, forget it, cut them off. Ooh, and Narnia blue. I like that. And then we could do this part down here in brown as well. So let's keep going with that. And I think actually we're going to kind of color them all at the same time. So let's see, light umber. Let's see, let's do this. Want to do that part of the cake? No, okay, we'll do this as part of the cake because we could do here brown, but I think we'll leave it as it's like kind of like a wrap around the cake. So we're going to start with this color. I think this will be the light umber because I think if we want to get through this page completely, I want to do some sections all at once. It's what I did for the strawberries. Like I just did them all at the same time. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that. Aw, thanks, Leanne. Oh, thanks, Britt. Yeah, well, we have strawberries down here that we're going to be doing also. But yeah, with us being fully in October now, like I said, we're starting to brainstorm costumes and holiday things and everything else. So there is going to be more than enough projects to occupy us. So it's going to be a fun next couple of months. And then I'll need to do, so for next month, we'll have November, another fall thing, but I need to start thinking about like Christmas cards and stuff, because I usually send out Christmas cards to like my fellow streamers and whatnot. So I want to start thinking about how I want to do that as well. I find that it goes much easier and I can get them out earlier if I plan ahead, because if you can get them out at the beginning of December, that's ideal. Okay. Let's see. All right, now we're gonna zoom out a little bit since. Oh no, Leanne. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Right through that blue icing, right? It reminds me of, what did they call it from Beauty and the Beast? Like, the gray stuff is delicious. Like, what is the gray stuff? But, you know, she sticks her finger in and eats it. I think they have, like, at Disney World or Disneyland or whatever, don't they, like, serve what the gray stuff is? Do we know what it is? Oh, man. Yeah, it's no fun when electronics are acting up. Not in the way they should be. I'm trying to decide what we should do with these little designs. Like, we could just do it like, you know, like, to kind of not think of them as an actual entity. But what if they could be like jelly beans or something? That could work. Ooh, you know what we could do? We could make some of these like chocolate. Like, they don't have to be super brightly colored. Like this could be a string of chocolate, but like darker than the chocolate that we're doing for the cake. That could work. So I'm just gonna stay zoomed out for a bit because we're gonna be moving up and down a lot. Right? I know, Kelly. It's like, oh, I made this wonderful, delicious dessert. I can't wait for you to try it. What's the name of it? Gray stuff. Like, oh, okay. Maybe it's like blackberry ice cream? Question mark? Okay. All right, let's see. Let's now do, what did we do? We did Sienna Brown and Dark Umber. So let's actually go in with our Dark Umber next, get all of our shadows in, and then we'll add the Sienna Brown on top. Oh, weird. Well, did you uninstall, like, because I know, like, Instagram and, like, they're all part of Meta. So I would, like, uninstall all of the things linked to Meta until you get things, like, changed and figured out. And then maybe, like, run some sort of antivirus on your phone if you think that it could have gone through. Blueberries mixed with whipped cream. You know, see, it's funny. I like to do, and this was definitely my go-to breakfast when I was doing that festival. And because I knew I needed something that was going to carry me through for quite a few hours, because I wasn't going to stop to eat while I was doing it. But I like to do, when I make oatmeal, I like to put dried cherries, raisins, dried blueberries, like I load it up, like apple pieces if I have it, because I don't add like brown sugar or anything to my oatmeal. So I like to, you know, fill it with natural fruits. But, you know, I know cherries and blackberries can be high in sugar, so I definitely go heavier on the blueberries. But it's funny because then when I make it, if you match the color of the oatmeal with the blueberries, it does end up being like gray stuff. Try to, ooh, a caramel cake could be good. Factory reset, yeah. What, your phone doesn't factory? There is a way, actually, because it's like when you want to sell your phone. Like, there's got to be a quick Google search that you can do where you can factory reset the whole thing. So, like, you could make sure you have all your contacts written down. You know, pictures are saved that you want to save. But there is a whole method to go through factory resetting. Because that's, you know, like I said, if you ever sell your phone or whatever else, or you trade it in, like, that's what the phone companies will do, is they'll factory reset it. Crack the code for Beauty and the Beast. It's blueberry oatmeal. Ah, that's fair, Kim. I like that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with everything going on too. Steve is doing wonderful things at his job, and it is so good to see him appreciated for all of his work. you know, we're headed into the holiday season. The kids are doing great at school. They're having a lot of good, you know, they're having a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to a lot of projects. So yeah, I can't really complain right now. And plus, we've had my parents here for the last couple weeks, which has just been fabulous. How's Mama Illustrator? She's doing good. She's doing good. Like I said, we did a little girl shopping trip yesterday, and we're looking for a few things. But we spent a good amount of time at Hobby Lobby, and we had a good time with that because she just doesn't have, you know, when they're in Mexico for 6 months out of the year, she just doesn't have access to a lot of these shops. So it's always nice when we can do that extra shopping here, and there's good deals because honestly, who doesn't like a whole skein of yarn for $1.24? That's all I'm saying. My son Coda is teacher's aide. He's always helping teacher with everything. Oh, I love that. See, yeah, little Emily's kind of that way. She's going to be doing some math tutoring that she's really excited about. And so it's so fun to just see them thrive and find things that they enjoy doing. So, yeah, things are looking up, Illustrator family. So, yeah. It'll be nice. So we'll have one more weekend with my parents. Steve and I, parents are going to watch the kiddos. So Steve and I are going to go on a date. No idea where we're going yet, but I left it up to him to plan. So we shall see. Pot of porridge and keep it. Oh no, it was great. I mean, I suppose you got to do what you got to do, but still. He's 8 years old. Oh, I bet that feels so special though. Right, Christine? Exactly, exactly. The special teachers really make a difference. Okay, so we're just adding a little bit more. We're going to add that sienna brown to kind of make it a little bit richer, but it's going to be darker than this for sure. But oh, I was going to ask you guys. So not to change the pace of the stream at all. But I shared a story today or yesterday in my Instagram. I don't know if you guys have heard about what's going on with Hannah Carlson, but she's going through it right now. There's a lot of stuff that she has going on, and so there's going to be, I have to double check what the dates were going to be, but basically we're all going to be showing, you know, support for Hannah, you know, so she could feel the love from the coloring community. And I know that she came out with that book, her Christmas book, God Jewel, and I was looking at it yesterday. I was trying to find where I can get it because it's not on Amazon yet. And I checked the iMusic thing, but it's currently not available. So, oh, okay, yeah. Right, Dee? Yeah, same here, same here. I mean, Steve and I are kind of homebodies, but this will be nice to kind of get out, do something a little bit different, mix it up. We're definitely not the kind of people that are like, let's go dancing kind of thing. We're not dancers. No one wants to see me dance. But so I was looking for her book, trying to see, so is it like just sold out right now? Or does anybody know where we could purchase it from? I know it's going to be more available in, you know, not in the US. Oh, nice. Wait, 5 out of 10? Wait, what's 5 out of 10? I missed it. But yeah, does anybody know where I can get it? Because I could not see hide nor hair of it. Oh, she did. It's already out. Oh, 5. Oh, it's being released. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was Mariola Bedeck. Yeah. On iMusic when it first came out. Okay, so May 10th, is that when it's coming to Amazon? Well, like I said, you can read about it in the story, but as a lot of us know, and this is public now, so I don't feel like I'm, you know, sharing information that isn't already out there. A while back, we found out that she had a brain tumor, and so she had surgery to shrink it and everything, and they were kind of waiting to see if it worked. Well, from what I gather, they got the news back, and it is growing again. So she's got not Hannah Carlson, that is Hannah Lynn. Yeah, so Hannah Lynn with an H at the end is going through Diamond Art Club issues. Hannah Carlson with an A at the end is that one. Yeah. Yeah, Hannah Carlson made Daydreams. Here, let me show you her book real quick. If you're unfamiliar, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of her books. And I know she put out a kid's book, but Hannah Carlson is the one who put out these books. And she is just Arrtx a little bit. Her books are wonderful, and yeah, but she is going through an incredibly hard time. So here, let me see the post real quick, because I was not remembering the dates very well. Because I shared it in my stories. So like I said, if you're on Instagram, you can go look at that. But if you're not on Instagram, let's see, make sure my volume is down here. Okay, so what it is, it's hashtag love and light for Hannah. And it said, I'll just read it for you because it's super tiny. But it said, our beloved Hannah Carlson, the incredible artist whose beautiful illustrations have brought so much joy, light, and creativity into our lives, needs our support now more than ever. Hannah recently received some tough news about her health. Her brain tumor has started growing again, and she's asking for our positive thoughts and love. Let's unite as a community to send her a flood of love and light on October 5th. So tomorrow, actually, on October 5th, I invite each of you to share a page you've colored that radiates love. So it's not a new page. You can share, your favorite page or any page or so I invite each of you to share a page you've colored that radiates love, light, and warmth. Whether it's a hug, a candle, or any symbol of hope and brightness, it doesn't matter. If it is a page you've shared before, share it again. Let's fill Instagram Coloring World with positivity for Hannah. Use the hashtag love and light for Hannah, all one word. I don't know, Shannon, can you type that, or one of the mods, can you guys type that in chat? So hashtag love and light for Hannah, and tag her at Hannah Carlson. And then together, let's surround Hannah with all the love, strength, and light she shared with us through her artwork. Share in your feed and stories. Let's make sure she feels our collective support. Thank you, Shannon. So whether it's a new page or one you've colored previously, repost it, share with that tag, leave, if you want to put like in the, the description of it, a little encouragement for her, because I could not imagine going through that, and it is a rough time. So again, not to bring down the speed of the stream at all, but Hannah has been around for ages. We have all loved her books and just all of the joy she's brought. And so if we can give anything back to her, like this could be, something to make it feel like, we're there with her. Yeah, a Hannah page for her. Yeah. Oh, awesome, Trey. Awesome, Trey. I'm glad that the power is back on. That's good. But also, if you want to, help support her through all of this, you can purchase pages off her. Yeah, she's got an Etsy. I believe she has an Etsy. She's got a few pages on there. You can purchase off her Etsy, get her books, on Amazon or wherever else. I think the God Jewel one, aside from the kids' book, is the only one I don't have. But yeah, that's why I was poking around yesterday when I saw that, and I was like, oh, I want to get it. But yeah, if it doesn't come out till May, then I'll go ahead. I wonder if I could see if maybe it's available for pre-order. I'll have to do some more research. I do want to get it though. But yeah, in the meantime, I think that's, we all live all over the world, and we can't exactly be there to give her a hug. So we're going to give her virtual hugs. Oh, you were answering the question of the day. Hold on, what was that? Oh, I would pick Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's a good one. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So when I figure out where we can get it. So you said it was May 10th. Was that something that was like announced on her Instagram, or is that like on Amazon somewhere? I hate to rely on Amazon so much, but now that oh, what was that international shipping place before? Oh, because of the storm, yeah. Oh, speaking of bookstores, though, so Mom and I were looking for something specific when we were doing our girls' shopping day. And briefly, I was looking at, there's some outlet malls that I can travel to. And in one of them, they're getting a Books A Million. I saw that iMusic was, but when I clicked on it, it said that it was like currently unavailable or out of stock or whatever else. So I'm thinking they must have just sold out of it. Hi, Christina. But yeah, I am going to have access to a Books A Million. I don't know when it's coming, but Books A Million, they're those ones that, Sense and Sensibility, like Eleanor. Oh, I love that. They're the ones that have a tendency to put the books out on the shelf early, and I'm just like, I finally have a Books A Million. So now I just got to cross my fingers. It's all built and ready to go by October. But we are in October now. Johanna's book comes out October 22nd, I believe, or at least that's what I saw when it's supposed to be shipped out. But I got to double check. But that's coming up really fast. So Johanna's book will be here. And so we will definitely be, let's see, what are we? We are in October 4th. We're going to be doing the bookmarks. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 more streams until her book comes out. And when it comes out, I will need to look at my calendar to make sure that it's good. So if it comes out the week of the 22nd, again, I need to double check release dates. Because if it's like releases on the 20th and I don't get it till the 22nd, I'm going to need to figure out a different way to do that. Because if you guys are down for it, and I'll need to check with those that stream during the daytime, we could do another week-long streaming event where we stream every day. You know, we do a little bit on a page. Not that some of those, like, I haven't even finished some of those from the last time. You know, what was it? Rooms of Wonder? Or no, it was a different one. Anyway, Johanna's Magical Worlds. Magical Worlds is coming out in a couple weeks. So we could do the week-long streaming again and just color a little bit on each page for the release. I think that could be a lot of fun. But I will need to look at the logistics because I don't want to overstep a little bit on anybody's streaming days. I mean, most everybody here is pretty understanding when it's not a regular thing and it's for a special event and whatnot. It's the 24th in the UK. You know, I'm just going to look on Amazon real quick because I know we've all been really excited about this. Well, I've been really excited about this for a while. All right, so let's see. Johanna Basford Magical Worlds. Okay, let's see. It gets released on, yes, October 22nd. Yeah, I pre-ordered it back in February. So, okay, October 22nd. So, what we could do, because obviously I would need to wait for the mail to get here. What we could do is we could plan to just do, you know, I normally stream on Wednesdays anyway. We could do a Wednesday to a Wednesday. So, like, the 23rd through the 30th, we could do an everyday stream. So it's a possibility. Anyway, so I'll need to, you know, double check calendars with Steve, make sure we don't have anything going on. But if that's something you guys would like to do, I think it can be arranged. All right, so I'm using a little bit of black now because I want to make sure we get some dark shadows. And then we're going to darken up this brown just a bit. It's not quite to the level I want it to be. We're going to add a little extra shadow for the ladder, which is just super cute. How are we doing on time? 10:49 already? Oh my gosh. Yes, please. Okay, sweet. Well, yeah, I will double check calendars with Steve. I'll chat with those that normally stream during the daytime and see what can be worked out. And yeah, because I don't want to just assume and be like, ah, I'm streaming. Oops. No, it is a polite thing to at least talk to someone beforehand. Okay, so let's do Dark Umber now. 20 seconds through Amazon. Yeah, that's what mine says too. But I also like, you know, and Shannon has said it before too, and I've experienced, like, just because you pre-order it doesn't mean they'll get it on the right date. So I'm going to be watching the delivery date really close. But if it looks like it's not going to arrive on said date, I will, you know, probably be checking local bookstores and everything. Yes, I think she is. So I'll need to look at what she's planning on doing too. I don't know. Maybe we'll switch it up for the week and stream in the nighttime. We'll see. Like I said, I need to do the research. I need to talk to Steve, look at the calendars, talk to the other streamers that are doing stuff, and we'll make it work all around it. Because I know that Johanna usually does 10 a.m., so even if it means we need to move it to 11 a.m., that could be just fine. Amazon AU, the 29th. So you guys are all getting... I do find it interesting that, like, Johanna is based in the UK, but the UK has to wait longer for the release. Said hundreds by mistake. Oh, no. Camilla D'Erico book. Oh. I just did one. Rainbow? She came on the channel. I mean, we colored together and everything. But yeah, I've done a few of them. We've had her on the channel multiple times. And then I have a page from Secret Garden that I colored that's up on her website as her, when she did her rebranding, she needed the books partially colored in, and so I did that. Yeah, I've done loads of them. Yeah, I did an interview with her because we had the new book coming out. So that was, what was that, guys? A couple weeks ago? Oh, nice. Yeah, Claire has been putting out some really awesome videos. She's doing great with all of those. So yeah, Claire's is great for book reviews and everything too, because she's always up on that. I mean, Claire was behind the reprint of this book. So yeah. Yeah, like 2 Saturdays ago. Yeah. Yeah, so we did one where she came over here and we colored a bit in Small Victories, so that was super fun. Okay, so for these, I think I will do these like they're like a chocolate string of sort. So we'll get to that here shortly, because we'll use more black and dark umber because I do want it to stand out from the normal chocolate cake portion. Gosh, now I want cake. Does anyone have any cake? I need some cake. My head will make me pay for it later. Oh, I think I've told you guys about it a while ago, but there's a cake that my mom always made for birthdays called the Wacky Cake. And it was made with baking soda and vinegar to rise. It doesn't have eggs in it. I tried making it a gluten-free version, but it is just not the same. It's so dense. But, oh, yeah. A Wacky Cake with cream cheese frosting. It's so good. How do you get the other colors to stand out, like the strawberries and the blackberries and stuff? I made sure that I added more dramatic shadows. And we'll actually be coloring these ones with that same color palette that I used. So you'll be, that's why I knew I was okay to do those ones ahead of time, because they're literally the exact same thing down here. Ooh, tiramisu, nice. Seems we haven't had any flinches lately. How's it going in North Flinches? You mean finches? Flinches? I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna press a little bit harder on this because I mean, let's be honest, chocolate is usually pretty dark. Oh no, I went out the line. Ooh, ooh. I got my dad to order my mom the AFMAT eraser. We've converted another eraser type. Made Wacky Cake too. It's so good. What kind of frosting did you put on? Like later in life now, when I don't do as much sugar, I honestly just liked to make the cake and then sprinkle powdered sugar on top. Oh, so good. So good. Like a snack cake almost. It's funny because Betty Crocker has a recipe that's really similar to it, but they would add coffee to it. So it was like an espresso cake almost. Oh, about the electric. Okay. Oh no, Kim. Yeah, I saw so many of those videos later. It was crazy. Some of the stuff like people were posting, like they were just hanging out in there and I'm like, so my car got swept. Like these very just like, you know, light. But I guess when you're in that, like, best thing you can do sometimes is just be like, well, I guess that happened. I was just really amazed at, you know, people's calmness and reactions to all of that. But I think it's probably a level of numbness when something just so out of the norm. That's not even a good way to describe it, but you know, something like that happens. It's like, okay then. But yeah, I'm hoping for quick, you know, well, I mean, it's not going to be quick, but you know, healing, rebuilding, all the things for it. Right? I know it. It's crazy what happened. Like, I don't recall the last time, not even last time. Like, has anything happened like in North Carolina like this before? Or am I just not thinking of something? Okay, so we're still using that black because we're using it as kind of the stronger contrast shadows. Okay. And then we're going to go back to the dark umber. This is dark brown. We want, yes, dark umber. Here at Hit Nash News, all you can do is take it a day at a time and lean on each other. Oh, yeah, completely. I get that. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. So, dark umber. So we're going to go. We've been spending a little time on the cake, but it's because I want to get the right level of brown for a chocolate cake, you know? We've got the umber kind of undertone here. Oh, and one other thing, it's like not really relevant, but I just like to tell you guys the crafty stuff that I'm working on. One of the other things that I got, because you know, I mentioned last stream I was toying with the idea of making like something like a sun catcher you could hang on your rearview mirror, but with it being like hard beads and shells and stuff, I'd be concerned about it like cracking someone's windshield or whatever else. So I'm going back to the necklace thing, and I've tried a few like you know, necklaces to hang it on, and I was trying like some kind of metalish, not metal, but you know, like silver chains or whatever, which are pretty, but I'm realizing that for the style that I'm doing, like it's not real leather, obviously you can't see it, but it's like faux leather. I feel like this one's a really long one, and one that was like a pre-put together kind of necklace. Hang on, my headphones are wrapped up in it. But I really like the way the leather looks with these. This was the first one that I made. So I got some more, it's, you know, it's vegan leather, so it's not, you know, actual, like I said, not actual leather, but I got some spools of it and the connectors that you can put at the end, but one of the colors that I got was a really pretty pale blue, which I think would look really nice with the whole shell thing. Plus I've got like little blue accents. From the mountains in the early 1900s, but it's usually, yes, right? I know, because usually once it hits land, like it lessens up a bit, but yeah, that's a bit crazy. Hi, Marilyn. Those are closed, but people can wade, or no. At least see what's open. I know a couple people did that. Yeah. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think I want to take my time with them a little bit more because I think I was rushing the wrapping of them. Because one of the things that I know I need to fix is making sure that there's a sort of flat back on it. Because I ended up kind of wrapping them to where there was, you know, texture on all sides. And in that case, it just kind of rolls and spins a lot. It doesn't lay flat on the person. So it's like the main portion. You never know what people are going to be able to see. So I need to kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit and make sure that I am creating a truly like kind of flat-ish side to it. I've also seen some really cool like wire wrapped jewelry, which I think would be neat because I've got some small stones that I want to do with. Those ones from the beach finally came out of the rock tumbler, and when we went to the river last time, I got some more like river rocks for the rock tumbler, so those are in there now. Hi Connie, how are you? All right, so now we're gonna do Sienna Brown. So like I said, now it's not so much that I have a bunch of deadlines because it wasn't just the sticker club. Like I had a lot of other obligations and things that went on, plus, you know, things that I needed to do with the kids. But now that my load is a little bit lighter, I can start like thinking, oh, now I can get to those projects that I haven't been able to get to. So I told Steve, or I might have told, I told my mom yesterday. I was just like, I just need to become part octopus, right? Just grow a few extra arms, then I can do all the things. Aw, thanks, Connie. So if anybody has some, you know, arm growing potions, you know, it's Halloween, I could just blend straight in. That would be great. We could color and craft and cook like all at the same time. Yeah, same. But I'm glad that they created that hashtag, so now we'll have at least something we can do, because that's the hardest thing. It's like when you have, you know, acquaintances or friends or people that you admire that you only know them online. Like I said, it's not like you can go and give them a hug or bring them food or whatever else, but being able to do something like this, so at the very least, you know, she knows that she's not alone in this. We're all rooting for her. I think that's going to go a long way just to, you know, bring a little bit of comfort wherever we can. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be a new page. You can just repost, you know, put a little message in it, but so that she knows that she is loved. Hi, Deborah. Ooh, doing embroidery. Nice. What are you embroidering on the pillowcases? It all came way inland in the mountains where I lived. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, thankfully we're high up enough from the Gulf. We usually get like the outside bands of rain, but not hit too terribly. Fortunately, Houston is the one that usually gets hit pretty significantly. Okay, so I think that's where I'll leave the chocolate on the cake from. So now I want to make sure that how are we doing? It's 11. Okay, we still have an hour. So let's go ahead and work on, because this is literally like all we have left. We have the front of the cake area and we have the berries. So we'll do this portion of the cake and then we'll get at least one clutch of the strawberries, blackberries, and blueberries so you guys can see how to do that. Stamped cross-stitched Christmas designs. Ooh, that sounds pretty. Can it be from a different book or just Hannah books? Just Hannah books for it. So whatever you've colored beforehand or whatever else, just repost it with the hashtags and everything. Shannon posted it in the chat earlier, but the little post that's all about it is on my story. So take a look for that. Early to mid 90s, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this up here. Let's see, do we want to do similar colors to the berries, or what do we want to do? Let's start with a light blue, but we're going to get the light cerulean. Ooh, do we want to do aqua? We could do aqua. We could do a little bit. But it would match the blueberries better, I think. Of course, this one's kind of a warmer blue. Maybe we should do aqua to kind of like tie it all in together. And then we'll do blue on top of it. So let's do light aqua. Let's do cerulean blue. And let's do indigo blue, which is violet, indigo blue. Here we go. Aw, thanks. Yeah, and they're going to look even better when we add the highlights to them. Let's see. Hi, Della. Hi, Erica. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to do a few of the kind of blue aqua here. We're going to bring it all the way down because these are all going to be kind of the same color schemes. And then once we have all of that decor down, then we can decide on the doors. Because if we're going to do super colorful decor on the outside of the cake, we might do a more simple door color. Or we'll do the doors the same color. We could not do green since we have so many leaves, and then do green for the doors and the ladder as well. But let's start with the blue. So we're going to do the light aqua to begin with. The music's not too loud, is it? Let me turn it down just a skosh. Here we go. Sounds good, Michelle. All right, so let's do this. Ooh, my tummy just growled. You didn't hear that. I need to go eat something after stream. I ate briefly this morning before I took the kids to school, but it just did not stick, apparently. My tummy doth protest. All right, so we're going to do the light aqua. Okay, and then let's see. Let's do the aqua on this band here. I think we'll definitely bring in some purple for this as well. Morning, fella. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Sneaky Michelle. Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious. Morning, fella. That's great. I love it. Okay, let's see. Let's do, oh, that should have been light aqua too. Let's do this band here in the light aqua. Okay. I think I want to make these dark chocolate too, like these ones. We can do these like a dark chocolate, these a dark chocolate, and these ones. And we'll be using more black because when I say dark chocolate, I want it to be dark enough, like contrasty enough that it stands out from the other brown. Because obviously if we were to do those the exact same color, it would kind of disappear. So we're going to do slightly more dramatic. Okay, let's do light aqua on these top triangles. And then we'll probably use a little bit black and add shadows from like the leaves where, oh, not that one, where the leaves are overlapping. I was talking about the shadows from the leaves, so I started putting the light aqua where that goes. Aw, thanks, Christine. You guys know me. I am all about multicolored, rainbow, all kinds of craziness. If we didn't have like an HOA, I'd be one of those people that like paint their house rainbow on the street. Got the light rainbow. All right, let's see. Yeah, the blue highlights. Okay, so let's do indigo blue. Okay. Give this a little bit of depth here. I took my parents to the health food store and I got a mix of like cinnamon biscuit, but I need heavy cream. So I think I'm going to swing by the store today and pick that up. I want to make it. It sounds really good. I think it's supposed to kind of be like cinnamon rolls because it comes with icing in it, but I don't want to overload the sugar on it, so I'm not going to do the icing. But I love the idea of cinnamon biscuits. That's really nice. Oh, speaking of candy. Okay, so I found these at the health food store also, and there were some other flavors online, but it is like, and we have to do dye-free for little Steve, and of course I'm gluten-free. But it says no artificial dyes, no nuts, no GMOs, no corn syrup, gluten-free, wheat-free, casein-free, soy-free, dairy-free. So all these things, but let me see if I can peel off this barcode here. The ingredients are so much better, and so we know it's something that can, and I don't do like a lot of hard candy because it's just too much sugar, but per piece, each piece only has, let's see, so serving size is 5, and per serving size there is a total of 11 grams of sugar, and so it comes out to be like just under 2 grams of sugar. But it's got organic sugar, organic rice syrup, citric acid, natural flavors, colored with red cabbage, purple carrots, organic apple, and organic black currant. They're actually really good. I tried a pear and cinnamon one, and it was interesting. Like, normally when you taste like cinnamon candy, it's like that really kind of spicy, like Big Red. But this actually tasted like cinnamon. It was a little bit strong, but there was another one that was a pomegranate and nectarine, which I really liked. The kids like the lemon and raspberry. The lemon's a little too strong for me. But if you are looking for something to curb that sweetness, you know, for me, I have, you know, like one very rarely, but it does help to curb the sweetness of something that's probably got a lot more sugar in it. But yeah, they're really good. And they're not like loaded with a bunch of stuff. But the brand is Tori and Howard, and I did find them on Amazon. I got it from the health food store, but I did knock over that tool. I did find them on Amazon, and they had some extra flavors there. So, anywho, just a little side note. If you have to watch your ingredients, yeah, that seems like a pretty good, you know, less than 2 grams of sugar per candy. If you only have, you know, for me, because sugar triggers my headaches, you know, if I only have one, like once or twice a week, it's not going to be the end of the world. Okay, now we're going to move down to this one. Plus, I can have peace of mind with little Steve eating it, because we just have to be so careful about dyes for him. And so, a lot of times, things that are dye-free also come with, like, aspartame in them. So, it's just like, it's a balance trying to find, you know, treats that he can have. Thanks, Yana. Or did I already say that? I already said that. But yeah, so lots of projects in the pipeline, just some fun things that I want to do and work on. And, you know, this time next year, I'll be much more prepared to join like little markets or, you know, the open call art shows or whatever else. So I'm excited for that. So I'm going to take my time with like the necklaces and really think about it. I'm excited to start the painting. So I know I haven't even like posted a reel. I haven't really done anything on Instagram in ages short of like posting for stories. So I'll probably need to do a reel at some point. But yeah, I just haven't recently. I mean, one, my parents are visiting and I'd rather spend time with them than spend time with social media. So, you know, maybe next week I'll probably look into filming a few and then get them scheduled, and then I don't need to think about it. You know, I did that reel for the festival. But yeah, I just been busy. Hi, Miss Scones. Thank you. But all a good busy. So, super fun. Is anybody else working on any projects or crafty stuff they're excited about? I feel like that's the stage that I'm at, you know, when you just get really amped up about a project and like all you want to do is just work on that one project. All right, then let's do cerulean blue. But yeah, I gotta start thinking about where, I mean, I know I'm having Steve plan the date, but if I can find a place for us to, you know, because it won't just be going out to eat, like we'll go do something else too. So I think I'll do some research today on places around here. You know, maybe we could try
try a new place. That's always fun. As long as it's got, you know, a menu that I can eat, then I'm down with that. Ooh, a baby sweater pattern. I always find it like hard to like crochet the sleeves and stuff. However, I do have all the yarn for it. There's a Totoro stuffy that I wanted to crochet, but I just haven't got around to it because it's kind of a complicated pattern. So I think in the meantime, some of that orange chunky yarn that I got, I have a few patterns for pumpkins, so I want to do that. Because, you know, it's fall. And I've put out some of our fall decor, just not all of it yet. Got the stuff up for the outside. Oh, an REF pullover for my husband from a 90. Oh, that's awesome, Natalie. Oh, I bet you that's going to look so cool. That's going to look awesome. Are you guys having like a costume party, or is it something that he just likes to wear on the normal? Either way, I absolutely love that. That's cool. I never could really do knitting. I think once I learned crocheting, I just decided I didn't want to brain another way to do yarn. But this chunky yarn that I got, oh my gosh, I'm going to show you guys. Oh my Lord. How has my sound been? I haven't had this on my shirt the whole time. I never put it back on. It's just been sitting over here. Like, not even... Well, that's good to know that I don't necessarily need to wear it. Oh my gosh. Oh, Lord. So I have this little box that I keep all of my like hooks and everything. Sounds been great. Okay, sweet. Well, at least I know it's a good mic. Picks it up when it's like a foot or two away from me. Oh boy. Anyway, one of the other cute little things I got, and I don't know why I hadn't gotten it before. It was just like $1.50. Did I miss any announcements? Nah, just general chatting. I tend to go around in circles. But first of all, so this is some of the chunky yarn that I got. This is the crochet hook that it recommended. It's a 15. Like the biggest that were on, you know, normally on the shelves was like this one. This is a 9. Let's see, that's an 8. That's an 8. So yeah, the 9 was the biggest I had before. It's a 15. It's huge, but it's super fun to play with. I just feel like I'm a tiny person crocheting with giant tools. But this was only like $1.50. And it's going to be brilliant because one of the reasons I stopped doing the pumpkins is because I constantly lose count. But it's a row counter. It's a tally counter. Look at this. It's adorable. So just hit the button. And it keeps track of your rows. And then all you have to do is just hit reset and it goes back to 0. And then it just sits on your finger. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's brilliant. It was $1.50 at Hobby Lobby. I mean, it makes sense because it's like not even a calculator, just does numbers. But still, I hadn't thought of it. I'm like, it's brilliant. And then on the suggestion of my mom for you know, keeping track of where your row started, I'd forget to push the button, I know, right? I got these little things, because before I was just tying string around where my rows started, but I got some of those. Again, it's not like they were super expensive stuff, but it's just stuff I didn't really ever think about. But a row counter! It's going to be brilliant. Yeah, well, I always, like I said, I always lose track, and then when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this is the answer to everything. So this is the stuff that I'm going to make pumpkins out of. I have 2 more of these. So we'll see how big I can end up making them. But yeah, I was probably very goofily excited about keeping track of my rows. Oh my gosh, it's 11:15. I got to stop getting distracted. Shannon, yell at me if I get distracted again. Nah, don't, because it's going to happen anyway. It's inevitable. I'm like a squirrel. Or dog. Shiny. Squirrel. Shiny objects. Ooh, maybe I'm a raccoon. Yeah, I can't manage the two sticks. I'm intrigued by it though. I think if I ever did knitting, I'd want to get one of those long knitting machines that like go back and forth. Did you start early today? No, just the normal 10 o'clock. It's 11:15 here now. So yeah, we've been going for like an hour and 15 minutes or so. Okay, so we have the blue. I'm not going to use the blender yet until we get all of the colors down. So let's do purple now. And we'll do the Parma violet and the violet. Exclamation point violet in chat. Violet, you're turning violet, violet. Yeah, you can get through stuff really fast, but then I'm also realizing like the chunky yarn costs the same as the smaller yarn, but like it doesn't last as long because it's so chunky. You go, violet, turn violet, violet. Some of the ones that are big were like, it was like 23 bucks for the skein, and I was just like, maybe not. There you go, violet, you're turning violet, violet. But yeah, so I was just like, maybe not the big ones, but I really liked that kind of burnt orange look. I think that it's gonna, be really pretty. So yeah, lots of projects to do, and I'm excited to do them all, and I just want more arms. That's all. Oh, I'm gonna zoom out a bit so we can follow along just a bit better. Okay, so now let's do the Parma violet on the ones pointing down. Like, I don't want this to end up looking like a circus tent, but I want to bring in all the colors that we've already used previously. Ooh, we could bring in some more, like we did yellow for that flower. We could bring in some yellow in here too. Right? It really is. Aw, thanks, Kim. Yeah, I'm enjoying how it's turned out. I had never colored in her books before. I definitely feel like Emily's style is, oh, that needs to be brown, or black probably. Emily's style is like Maria Troll meets Hannah Carlson. That's kind of the vibe that I get from it. Okay, so now let's do this one, and we're going to alternate the little sections here. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to use green. I think we'll save green for the ladder and the doors. Oh, I almost colored right next to it. All right, so alternating. There we go. And then let's do purple for these ones down here as well. You know what we could do for all of these little holes on here? We could do brown like the cake is behind it, and we don't necessarily need to add more color. That might work, actually. I mean, we're already doing these other ones brown, but we'll do these ones in brown that matches the cake, not the really dark brown of the other ones, unless I feel like it needs it. So we'll do these darker brown elements first, and then if I feel like that would bring something to it by doing the dark chocolate. Gosh, I keep saying chocolate. I want cake or brownies or something. I gotta eat one of those candies. Curb my sweets craving. It's terrible. All right, let's see. So violet now. There we go. And then I'll add probably some shadow with black once we get all of our colors down, and then that will help with the depth of it. And we still have our highlights to do. Let's see, 11:20. You know, I don't have to do anything straight away. I am hungry, but I think we're going to stick with this until we finish it today, just because, like, we're so close, right? And I have a sneaking suspicion that if I leave some of the berries and I go, oh, I'll do these later off stream, I'm not going to do them. My follow through is terrible. Move on to the next thing. Oh, I love that. Do you have to worry about mosquitoes at all where you're at? Got the house flies, honestly. Like, you open the door for longer than 5 seconds and they're like, hello, we're moving in. So it's like, well, gosh, you're going to live on our windows, at least pay rent. And then we look at Paul and go, Paul, you have one job. Do your job, Paul. Annie, she tries. She means well. And Isis just does not care. She's like, yeah, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. Oh, screens. Okay, that makes more sense. I should have thought of that. That makes more sense. But yeah, it's like, Paul, literally have one job here, and that's to get the house flies or anything else that may get into the house that we don't want in the house. Well, there was a cricket that got in the other day. Mosquitoes don't, you know, when I'm around Steve, they don't bite me either. They'll go after him. It's always like the science behind it is fascinating to me. But Mom and I were, I don't know if I told you guys this already, but so Mom and I were at the house just doing some crafty stuff, and I look over and there's a cricket that it got in the house, and all it would need to do would be, you know, hang out in the garage and then probably make its way through the door. But this cricket, it got in the house, and I'm not talking like teeny tiny cricket. Like here in Texas, we got like these bigger like black crickets. Like honestly, at first glance, like you'd think it is, well, the name of the insect that shall not be named that would probably survive a nuclear apocalypse. But it wasn't that. It was a cricket, and it got in, and it's like, we got a big open living room floor, and it's hopping around. Both Paul and Annie are in the living room, and I'm just like, it's right there. Just go get it. Like, oh no, Miss Cones. I'm like, it's literally there. It's hopping across the living room floor, and neither of them are doing anything. And so then I'm like, okay, fine. If you're not going to do anything about it, I'm going to go trap it with a cup, because I have a thing, I can't squish a bug if it's big enough to make a sound. Right, Dee? Exactly. I can't squish a bug if it's big enough to make a sound when it gets squished. I can't. It gives me the ick, like major. I just can't do it. So if it's up to me to remove said insect from the house, I'm like going to use a cup to capture it. Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, it's funny. We've got this little spider that hangs out at the very bottom of our stairs by our front door. And little Emily came to us, and it sounded a lot worse when she phrased it. And she was just like, so we've got a whole ecosystem over here. And of course I'm thinking like, oh God, like because after it rains, we tend to have ants that find their way in. We get rid of it, get rid of them quickly, and it's not a thing that stays. But when she said that, like, I'm imagining the worst. I'm like, what do you mean an ecosystem? Well, what she meant was the spider that we don't kill that hangs out at the bottom of the stairs and will catch anything that happens to find its way like under the door, like teeny tiny little ones that, everybody's got them, whatever else, but it catches them on the way in. And so we're just like, nah, man, that's our first line of defense. Like, I refuse to live with bugs. Like, I can't do it. And so we're like, no, he stays here. He lives here. He's fine. But so this cricket gets in. Paul and Annie are just staring at it. They're not doing anything about it. And so I try to catch it with, put a cup over it. But the dang thing is too hoppy and too fast. And it finally makes its way under the couch. And I'm just like, gosh, dang it. Because now I know it's under there. 3 inches, I'm running, right? Exactly. So it hops under the couch, and I'm like, oh, man, okay. So I pull the coffee table out of the way, get the couch, I tilt it on its side, and the little thing is holding on for dear life on the bottom of the couch. But here's the thing. The cover, that is usually on the bottom of couches, it's usually that really thin material, whatever else. It's black. And the cricket is black. And it's not moving. Like, I'm pointing at it, my finger's half an inch away from it, trying to show the cats the cricket. They don't see it. It's because it's blending in. So by that time, since it was clear it wasn't moving, then I grabbed the cup and I had Mom get me a piece of paper and we released it outside. But I'm just like, he contributes to the house. Well, contributes by he leaves his cat hair everywhere. He's also a good snuggle cat, but still, I'm like, dude, you got one job. Anyway, it didn't work. I tore apart, meaning I, basically put the couch upside down, and they still didn't go for it. And I did get rid of the cricket at the end, but I'm just saying, Paul, it shouldn't have come to that. Should have got him before it went under the couch. Literally, and like, I picked him up and I held him like, do you see this? Do you see this cricket? Can you please just... Anyway, it didn't work. And I had to take care of it anyway. Because that's the thing too, is like crickets get into the house by accident, right? But then they go and hide somewhere. In a place we lived previously, one had found its way in and it had made its way under the stove, right? I was like, the KFC, right? That's what it does. It gave up after an hour and a half of watching it. It's so ridiculous. Kim, honestly, I think that might be why I'm craving cake. That might be what I got going on here. But it had made its way under the stove and we couldn't quite get to it. Like, we pulled the drawers that are, under the stove out and we couldn't find it. And it's just chirping and chirping and chirping. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, are you kidding me? And like at the time we had a different cat and he just sat in front of the stove and listened to it, but we couldn't see it. He didn't want to go get it. He really doesn't. The door's wide open now. He like goes through phases. You know, Annie will probably come up here at some point and be like, I'm bored. There's no one here. You know? Ugh. Anyway, the chaos of the cats. He goes through phases though, because, you know, we all just got done being sick and he gets really annoyed when any of us cough. And so he used to come and snuggle with me, you know, in bed at bedtime, but he's just not doing that anymore because he gets annoyed with me when I cough. Not that I'm coughing anymore, but it's like he's been now turned off from snuggles on the bed and he's like, yeah, I'm not going in there. You guys are too loud. I'm like, well, fine then. But if any of us are sitting down in the living room, he's immediately to our lap. So he's probably sleeping somewhere right now. I don't know where. But I try not to force the cats on camera if I can help it. You know, if they want to come up, they can come up. Oh, silly kitties. Silly kitties. But, yeah. So that's like, I don't know. That's all that's been going on lately. The tale of the cricket that escaped death by cat. All the projects. Like I said, we've been enjoying having my parents here and everything. So, yeah. All around good time. Hang on, my phone went off. Gotta make sure. Gotta make sure it's not the kids. But yeah, I'll go downstairs and have some lunch in a little bit. Okay, so again, I'm not going to do the blender yet, so we're going to leave that. Let's go ahead and do some yellow. So we're going to color it all in with cream first. Oh, fun, Kim. Oh, wait, we're going to Belgium. That's not for... No, Suzanne's thing is the UK. Are you going to see Barbara? Is that what it was? I feel like I knew this. Okay, tell me the story. Oh, Barbara's workshop. That's what it was. I was just like, wait a minute. Like, I know, like in the recesses of my brain, I was like, wait, I know there's something. I gotta dig it out. But that's gonna be so fun. So are you just staying like a couple days for the workshop, or are you gonna make it like a week-long thing? What's the plan? Oh, that's gonna be exciting. I wish I could go. One of these days. One of these days. All right, Sienna Brown. Do we want to do brown? No, let's do the yellow ochre. Is this it? Yellowed orange. Yellow ochre. There we go. Right? It's going to be so fun. So fun. Promise me you'll take lots of pictures so we can see. And those of us that can't go can live vicariously through you. That's the plan. Okay, I'm going to zoom in real quick. There we go. Stay for 12 days. Barbara and I have a lot planned. We're going to go to London too. Oh, that's so fun. What are you guys going to do in London? Oh, so jelly. Thanks, Kelly. Okay, pictures. You got it. Okay. I'm holding you to that. Oh, speaking of pictures, I was going to remind you guys, I think I mentioned last time. So 2 of the prints have sold already. We have 3 left, 1 of each size. And actually, I should be getting some more prints in today. I got a couple more of the slightly bigger ones. But yeah, I got the notification, so they should be here today. And I'm so excited. So yeah. If you were interested in it, those are up there, and I'll be adding a couple more to it. And then whether or not I'll get any more after that, I don't know. I haven't decided. Okay, so I want to add, we're not going to use like black totally on this, and I want to add a little bit of a shadow under the blue. So let's actually grab, what do I want to use? Let's use mulberry. Do we have that out already? That's rose red. Hang on, let's check here. Fish and chips is high on my list. Nice. All right, let's see. Hang on, 1 second. See, I'm all paranoid now if I go to clear my throat that I didn't mute it. Okay, so mulberry. Let's see, poppy red is in this. Let's go with poppy red. I know that. But I think I must already have mulberry out. Hang on. Oh, yeah, here's mulberry. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of mulberry along the bottom of this just to give it a little bit of shape here. Probably more so on the yellow than the purple. Just so, like I said, so it's not quite as, you know, not quite a flat color. Okay. I got an actual text message. I just need to make sure. Oh no, we're okay. Sorry, I keep it on silent when I'm streaming so it's not like super loud, but I need to make sure I don't miss anything from the kids. Right, Dee? Yeah, I'm realizing that's what's going on with me. I need cake is what I need. But here's the thing, I also know that I will regret it the moment I eat it. But we do have some birthdays coming up, so maybe I can be like, you know, it's a birthday. Ugh. See, the thing, I can't reason with my body. It's not like I can say, hey, body, it's a birthday. It's okay. Don't let this, you know, this will be fine to eat. Yeah, no, it's going to be like, yeah, no, you don't get to eat that. All right, let's do dark brown. We're going to do these chocolatey parts. So dark brown is going to be our main color. I tried it during the summer, Kim, and it just made me so sick to my stomach. And then it was after that I, you know, the whole rheumatoid arthritis thing came from. And actually, for people with rheumatoid arthritis, they recommend going gluten-free because it cuts down on inflammation. So I'm like, well, crap, that was, you know, kind of miserable anyway. And now they're saying that it's probably good for me to stay gluten-free. And I'm like, well, we're already there. So I think we're just probably going to keep it. I mean, you know, because it's not just like the gluten that like in cake is what it is. Like it's honestly like the sugar part of it too. I have to limit that because I find when I don't have it, like my head is happier. I do not get nearly as many headaches, and the ones that I do get are not nearly as strong. So it's like, I feel like it's almost like would be selfish of me to like give in and have the sugar if I'm knowingly, you know, if I know that the headache's going to come, that's going to kind of knock me out of commission. So yeah, it's going to have to be calculated. It's no fun. I can't just eat cake when I want to now. But it's all right. It's fine. The best gluten-free brown. Oh. Yeah, that's be good. Send that to me. The day before Halloween through this month. Oh, fun, Kara. Do you have any plans for it? Yeah, see, that's the thing is we're leading into holidays now. So it's the treats time. Okay. Sometimes you just want chocolate, you know? Maybe I probably shouldn't have colored a cake because now I'm looking at this. I'm like, cake. Yum. Okay, so where is black? Now we're going to do black because like I said, I want these chocolate, but I want them to stand out from it. Okay, so we're going to do black here. Okay. And that darkness is really going to help just kind of make that pop a bit. Okay. And since we're doing this chocolate as like little chocolate candies that are stuck to it, I'm also going to end up adding some shadow at the base of these little chocolate pieces. But I am pressing kind of hard because I want to make sure that we get that contrast. It's okay to do the same color on top of one another like this, as long as you're keeping that contrast and doesn't get too muddy, which is kind of funny if I were to call it muddy when it's brown, because, you know, that's the color of mud. Oh, but that'll be nice. Thank God you're not working on that day. Yeah, I feel you on that one. It was always nice when you can take your birthday off from work, because it's like, at the time I worked like in customer service, and you don't want to work, you don't have to help customers on your birthday. I feel like you want to wear the crown. Okay, it's like, all right, we're having a change of plans. Instead of me helping you, you're going to help me because it's my birthday. That's how that works, right? Totally works. Bye, Topeka. Thanks for being here. Okay, so just doing this black. Help it kind of pop out. I don't think we'll do black for the shadow beneath the chocolate, though. I think we'll do like a Tuscan red. Because if we do black underneath it, it might just look like an extension of the chocolate pieces itself. Oh, my phone is having a heyday. There we go. But yeah, there's all the candy in the stores and everything for Halloween and all the little treats and things. but yeah. Like I said, I cheat every now and then, but it's got to be worth it. It's got to be really good, completely worth it, and I got to have nothing scheduled the next day. So Sunday this month, will I work weekends? Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Well, hopefully you can have something kind of fun after work or before work or however else that works out for it. But in the meantime, I am looking forward to going out with Steve this weekend. That'll be nice. Okay, so now we need to do our other color. And since we have these sections, I think we'll do... that I want to do like a, oh sorry, let me zoom out. I'm pointing at things you can't see. I don't know that I want to do like a full pink, but I think a red. I think a red would look nice here. I know we did the yellow there, but that kind of ties it in just a bit there. But let's do, yeah, let's do some red. I get off at 3 p.m. so maybe dinner. Oh yeah, that'll be great. That'll be awesome. I'm trying to make sure it's all in frame here. Get a sip of water. How are we doing on time? We still got like 30 minutes. Like I said, I do want to finish it, so we'll keep going. All right, so let's do, we're going to have our base color for all of these be Poppy Red. I hadn't used Poppy Red on the strawberries, but it's still kind of in the same color family, so I think it'll work because we're going to use a cooler red on top of the Poppy Red. So we're just going to fill in. It's definitely, now that I'm doing a big spot, it's coming out orange. You know what? I take it back. Ignore what I said. I don't want to do Poppy Red. We're going to do, sorry, I'm getting the blue color off my eraser here. Carmine Red is a little bit more pink. Let's do Carmine Red. I was just saying now the reason why this works, but now that I see it at a big space, I see just how orange that one is. Fixing that. Okay, so let's grab the Carmine Red, which is, let's see, that's the Poppy Red. That's the pale vermilion, Carmine Red. Here we go. All right, so now we're gonna add this. Okay. Fill in all these little triangles here. See, I just need to like have a summer home like in Europe or the UK or something, so that like we can just go visit the summer homes and then I can go out all the fun things that got going on over there. Workshops and coloring get-togethers. It'd be great. And then you might say, well, why don't you arrange a coloring get-together over here? I'd be totally overwhelmed. Completely overwhelmed. It was hard enough doing the color-a-thon, and I had help with that. Man, Shannon and Angie were lifesavers for that one. 1080p. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you were able to refresh it for that. Okay, and now we're going to do these parts here. Said we're using the Carmine Red all the way through. Then once we have all these colors down, then we'll go ahead and use the blender. So here's what I think we're gonna do. I think for the frame of the door, we're gonna do brown, because we did like a different frame color for this one. So for the frames of the door, we're gonna do brown. And then for the actual doors themselves, we'll do green. And we'll do it in a dark brown like the chocolate that we did before. Okay, so that was Carmine Red. Now let's grab Crimson Lake. Let's see, that is magenta. Let's see, Crimson Lake, here we go. All right, Crimson Lake. And if you really wanted to go to another darker one, you could always do the Tuscan Red as well. But why am I coloring on the blue? What is wrong with me? In this case, we're going to be using black to kind of shape everything and give it depth. But carefully, because black on yellow is always a hard one to do. But I do want to get those shadows in. But for these things like the ladder, we'll probably do a different color for the shadow there. Maybe not necessarily black. Okay. Yeah, I like fun, happy colors. Oh, Elise's too, staying at the same. Oh, that is going to be so fun. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a blast. Oh, so jelly, but also so happy for you. That is going to be so, so, so much fun. Trip to Belgium, seeing friends, meeting friends. My mom said something the other day, and it's probably a quote from somewhere else, but I remembered her as saying it, and it was something like, strangers are just friends you haven't met yet. And I thought that was so adorable. I think I want to make that as a sticker and put it in the shop. But I thought that was so adorable. I love it. Strangers are just friends you haven't met yet. Ooh, which book and pencils? Oh, bring a lot of supplies. Yeah, I guess you're going to have to narrow it down a little bit. Okay, got that right there. I think we are going to bring in a little Tuscan red because it's not quite popping as much as I wanted it to. So yeah, we're going to finish with the Crimson Lake so it's all cohesive, but we're going to bring in some of that Tuscan red. Almost done with it. I feel like we've done pretty good getting progress done for the 2 hours. I mean, our 2 hours aren't even up yet, and I think we did okay. All right, so now we're gonna do the Tuscan red. Yeah, that's gonna be super fun. But see, here's the thing, is, you know, if there's stuff that you want to bring back too. So now I gotta calculate space to leave. That's the thing I always fail on. I'm just like, it's fine. I'll just, you know, I'll smush it all in. It'll be great. Let's see. Do I want to do this Tuscan red? I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it. I mean, we can do a couple of them. Not necessarily all of them. Because I think when we bring in the black, it will really make this pop. Right? Well, because Belgium... Oh, no, you don't. I'm thinking Germany because Faber-Castell is based in Germany, aren't they? Are there any pencil brands that are based in Belgium, Kim? Or any like big stores and stuff we wouldn't have access to? Oh, Kim, you could get the French editions of the books. They're so pretty. So excited and nervous I wouldn't be able to color. I could, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, so we're going to use the blender on all these colors, and then we're going to go in with our shadow, and we're going to, ooh, I got to be careful not to drag that black all over. And then we're going to do the doors. So I'm just going around the black because that kind of brought in some gray. Okay. Go. Yeah, see, that really darkens it up. Okay, let's see. Let's do these ones. Get the blue. Did I do all the blue on there? Yeah. Yeah, once we add the shadow on here, it'll really help to make it pop. Okay, and then let's do this one here. Check out the French edition. I'm going to bring Maria Troll because it's hardcover, might travel better. Ooh, yeah. Belgium chocolate. Oh, that's going to be so good, Kim. Oh, all the chocolate, all the cake. All right. Belgium is officially on my bucket list. I have a number of places that I want to travel eventually. Like Steve and I definitely want to go to Korea someday. I think that would be a really great experience. And I want to go back to Scotland. Like, I feel like there was still just so much that we didn't get a chance. I mean, we did a lot of stuff. I mean, we drove all the way over to Doon and saw Doon Castle, which was the filming location for, among other things, I'm sure. But for Doon Castle is Winterfell. Oh, I can imagine Belgian waffles. Doon is the filming location for Winterfell in Game of Thrones. It is for Castle Leoch in Outlander, and it is the castle used in Monty Python and the Holy Grail with the outrageous Frenchman yelling, "Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberry." Does elderberry smell bad? Oh my goodness. One of these days I'll have to like It's Barbara. Like, Barbara, if I send you some money, can you send me some chocolate? Trying Belgium chocolate would be cool. Yeah, but then of course I gotta make sure the chocolate's gluten-free. I think most chocolate is gluten-free. But like when it comes to Reese's, like the gluten-free Reese's is like it's the regular Reese's, so it's gluten-free, but you can't guarantee like the Reese's Puffs. Actually, I saw a Reese's peanut butter cup the other day. We were oh no, it was just yesterday. Mom and I were at the dollar store, and they had a big Reese's cup that had Reese's Puffs in it. I feel like the Reese's Puffs would get soggy, wouldn't it? Like it'd be chewy and not crunchy. Elderberry alcohol. Oh, okay. Possibly. You should just like text me pictures when you're there and I can see what's there. I mean, I'll probably be like, ooh, chocolate, chocolate. Let's see. Let's do black. Well, there's got to be a place in the U.S. too that does like Belgian chocolate. I gotta do some research. I'm thinking too much about sweets, man. We chose a bad page. Right? Yeah, Kelly, that's exactly me. Like that's why I'm so bad with names, because unless I like pull up my phone and make a note of their name, like I met so many people during that festival, and like I had to write down names, and they're still names. I can see the person's face in my head. Not a clue what their names are. Not a clue. And like, I don't want people to assume that it's like, I don't care or I mean. It's just, unless I write it down, like I cannot retain it. Like it just doesn't happen. Oh, but that's going to be so fun. I can't wait to see pictures from it. Do we know, like, has Barbara said how many people are going to be there for the workshop? I know she had a pretty good turnout for the first one. All right, so we're just using black now to add our shadow to really kind of help shape things and pop. That kitty, nice. Oh, and did you put a cat name with it, Natalie? Let's see, hang on, I'm gonna look it up. I can't believe today's Friday already. Like, it doesn't feel like Friday. I feel like it feels like Wednesday. All right, let's go to the store and the redemptions. What do we got? We've got Ollie. Oh, that's cute. Okay, awesome, perfect. I'm a list person, so probably we'll add all this to it, right? Oh, but that's going to be so fun. Going to Belgium. I want to go to New Zealand, too. I think New Zealand would be cool. Go see Hobbiton. That's good. Okay, let's see. Even areas where I didn't quite add black with like the leaves and the berries, I'm going to add more to it if I feel like I want a little bit more of a pop. So I have been re-listening to the Harry Potter books, which I think I told you guys about already. And I am on the very last book now, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And obviously there are a lot of different things that happen in the movies versus the books. You know, they got to change things for, you know, continuity or things that they can do on film or whatever. But if there was one thing in the movies that drives me absolutely bonkers, like some of them, if they do different plots along the way, or like, I don't know, they just lay it out differently. Sometimes it can make sense for movies, but one of the things that makes absolutely no sense for the movie, it's almost like they forgot that it was a thing that happened. And this isn't spoiler because the movie's been out for ages. But so the Elder Wand, right? They end up getting that from Voldemort in the end. In the books, Harry uses the Elder Wand to fix his broken wand. But in the movies, he doesn't do that. He breaks it in half and chucks it over the bridge. And it's like, how much harder would it have been for them to just include pulling out his broken wand and fixing it with the Elder Wand? Like, yeah, he broke it. Oh, yeah, migraine days are so rough. I'm so sorry. Hopefully it passes quickly and you can get some relief. But yeah, like it would not have been hard to add that in the movies. Take out the wand, fix the wand with the Elder Wand. I was just like, really? Really? Anyway, totally random. But it's like, I know that part in the book is coming and I'm just like, I'm at the part now where they've just escaped Gringotts on the back of the dragon. It's like, I remember the books, obviously, because I read them all when they came out, but if you don't read them very often, it's easy to like replace memories of the book with scenes from the movie. Also, I do find it interesting, and you know, it was hard for them to, you know what an 11-year-old was going to look like at the time, but yes, the kid, you know, Rupert Grint, who plays Ron in the movies, is a natural redhead. He's described much differently, like much more differently in the book. Like he's taller, he's lankier, he's got like a longer nose, like all of these things. All right, let's add our shadow for the ladder. But I also have on deck to listen to is, because I've seen the, you know, Newt Scamander, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, but I have the, I have that book on deck for my next listen to. So I'll be, since I saw the movie first before the book, I'm going to be really curious to listen and see how it differs and more nuance to the characters and all that stuff. So I'm trying to think. I think the Crimes of Grindelwald, that was also a book, wasn't it? Okay, so we're gonna do there. Okay, have I missed any? Yeah, we need to do shadow on this side over here. I don't know, has anybody read the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? Are there big differences in the movie, or do they stick to it pretty good? For those of you that have read it. Like I said, it's new to me. And then one of these days, I think I'm going to buckle down and use a credit to listen to the Silmarillion. I feel like I'm just missing important plot points by not, you know, doing all the Lord of the Rings stuff, but not having listened to it. Apparently, it's a bit of a rough read, but I feel like for someone who enjoys Lord of the Rings as much as I do, at some point, I should listen to it. I don't think I could sit down and read it just because of the way that it's written, but listening to it might be all right. Hi, Joan. Thanks. Right? I know it's making me want cake, like so much. Okay, so now we're going to take the black. We're going to fill in this area like we did with the other ones, like it's a slightly ajar door. Okay, make it darker kind of on the top and the bottom. Okay, and we're gonna do brown on the door frame. So let's start with, actually we're gonna do brown like we did the dark chocolate. So we're actually gonna start with dark brown, okay? And we're gonna fill in the whole thing with dark brown. How are we doing on time? 11:53. We're honestly not doing too bad. I think this is doable. Like I think we could be done by 12:30. I just need enough time to make sure I get my lunch before I gotta go start doing school runs. All right, so that's dark brown. We're gonna do dark brown here. Okay. And then let's go ahead. I think I did black straight in. So yeah, let's just do that. So we'll start with that. But I wanna make sure that the inside of this still pops. Actually, I'm going to do a really dark kind of black line there, and that should help kind of pop it out from the rest of it. And then we'll do green doors and a green ladder. We'll kind of tie in that green from the other side. Hello from the other side. Okay, okay, so that there. And then we're going to do, I feel like that's lopsided a bit. We're going to draw that down. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing here, and then we're going to bring out the dark brown one more time. Kind of smooth things out before we use the blender. Okay. So now dark brown. Make sure I'm still in frame. Am I still in frame? Yes. Okay, so dark brown, we're going to add a little bit just to give it a kind of a smooth transition between the dark brown and the black. Okay. All right, now we're going to use our blender. And there. We're going to use it on the black that we did too, kind of just smooth that out. There we are. Okay, so now we're going to do the door. See my mark art pencils with Emily's books. They work pretty good. Oh, nice. A family chart for them. I don't know if she takes, I don't know. You could always ask to see if she takes requests for it. Because I think if she has enough people asking, but that's also like, I also know like it's one thing to be like, hey, you need to do this kind of thing. But if you just asked her if she took requests and then she can, you know, say yes or no or whatever else. But if she does, you could always see if that's something that she could do. Because I've definitely had people ask for specific charts as well. I don't know, like I am so behind on updating charts. I have not done it in ages. But I should go through and double check that the ones that I have are still accurate, because I know a lot of like stores like change their pencils, or brands change their pencils, or change the names of the pencils, or whatever else. So I need to make sure that it's like all consistent. Okay, so now we're gonna do dark green on the door, and that was, what was that we used? We used the turquoise gray for our base color for the door. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of do some lines to kind of see if I can express the idea of wood green in such a tiny spot. This one. Like I said, just trying to show a little wood grain. Have a meeting about AI, hopefully it'll be short. About AI? Ooh. All right, well, good luck. Have a good time. We'll be doing words on stream at the end here, but we'll just do one round since we're going to be going a little bit later today. Plus, I'm hungry, and if I don't eat soon, my tummy's going to riot. Hang on, sorry. Just when it goes off, I got to make sure it's not the kids. Okay, we're good. We're at college, so it's about okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, it's a bit brutal out there. All right, so let's do brown on these bottom portions, and then we'll do brown on the window frame. Let's do some black where that is, because we forgot to do that on the door up there. So we're going to do brown for this. So let's grab dark brown. You know, actually, I think we'll leave that as green. That'll be fine. All right, so we're going to do dark brown. Okay, now let's grab our black. Oh, I was going to do brown down here too. So we're going to grab the dark brown. Okay. And then we're going to do the black. Trying to stay consistent, put everything on kind of the left side a bit. And we're going to bring some of this black up here where the frame casts a shadow on the door. And let's just do a brown doorknob. I mean, it is a chocolate cake after all. All right, and we're going to make sure I got no pencil in there. Oh, I like him. Okay, so I'm be careful not to bring any of that black into the green that I don't want. So we're going to do the green first. Okay, then we're going to do windows. I'm going to add a little bit more black to that inside windows there. Okay, and we'll still have the highlights to do at the end here. Okay, I feel like this could use a little bit more shadow. Hang on, make this a touch darker. Okay. Because, I mean, the door is open. So it would make sense for there to be varying shadow on it. Yeah, I think okay. Oh, we should. I could look through the charms. Hang on, I gotta take care of the cat real quick. I could look through the charms and see what fits her. like look through her books and try and find, you know, some ones that kind of match the themes of her book. That's actually a really good idea. I like that. Oh, if I could get that done, I could work on that today and I could do the hashtag for it. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. I got to brainstorm. I got to brainstorm. Thanks, Kelly. All right, we're going to do just a little bit more green here. Okay. Just kind of even that out a touch. All right, now we're going to go up here. We're going to do dark green. It's a smaller space, so it's going to be harder to do the wood grain on it. There we go. You know, if we get to the point with the quilt too, that, you know, most everybody that wants a square has one by the time it's time to put it together, we could always add a couple extra squares for like some of our favorite illustrators. That would be kind of fun. Okay. Oh, I just had a thought. Okay, hear me out. Rather, like maybe if there was a charm that I saw and I was like, oh yeah, that's really Hannah Carlson. What if I found a simplified image here, right? Like not one that's too crazy if I'm going to shrink it down, or we could even do like a portrait. I know she did a drawing. Like I can't talk. I'll have to look. She has based some of her images off her. What if I took one of her illustrations, like even the bee or something, and rather than doing favorite illustrators and special guests, yeah, like ones we had throughout the year, oh, that could be fun. I mean, it's not like there's any hard and fast words. Like it's my quilt. If I wanted to do like guest stuff, that could work. I mean, we did one for the charity event. So those could be like special edition squares. But what if I did her name in embroidery and then chose something from one of her books, and rather than charms, embroidered whatever that image is on her square? That could work. Oh, I like that idea. Okay. All right. I'm going to have a look through her books and find one would work. Because we're dealing with like a, by the time I leave room for, like the stitches and stuff, we're dealing with like a 4x4, like 4-inch by 4-inch square. So I would need to, yeah, I would need to choose something that could work for that. Oh my gosh, look, we're almost done with the page. That's crazy. Okay. What was I using? Where's the green? Oh, there it is. That could be fun. I mean, I did Johanna style embroidery on my shoes. Like I could totally do a Hannah style embroidery. How many squares do I need for the quilt? So I wasn't sure how many people would want to do it. And so my plan was to leave it up for the year of 2024, right? But I also don't want to like cut off anyone if they're still wanting to finish their square. But I planned for like at maximum, well, I mean, honestly, if for whatever reason, like this were to go nuts, like we could make the quilt as big as we want. But I have enough squares for 120 squares. But even if it's not a name on every one, I can alternate it with like the different color squares. So honestly, there is more than enough room for special occasion squares. We're actually going to bring this black down across here. So yeah, there is absolutely more than enough room. Okay, let's see. Oh, you know what? I just had a thought. You know what might be fun? Is if I want to do this project again, rather than doing the points for names and charms and everything, what if like those that like to embroider or whatever else, or if they want to do vinyl, like I could say, here are the parameters for a square, right? And I say it needs to be 6-inch by 6-inch with like, I need to double check the measurements. So for example, 6-inch by 6-inch with a 1-inch allowance. Yeah, the charity square counts for 4 because it's big enough. So a 6-inch by 6-inch with a 1-inch allowance, And then if people wanted to, like obviously it wouldn't be required, but it would just be a fun project. People could make their own square and then send it in, and we could, like, you could like mail it to the P.O. box, and then we could do another community quilt, but with literal squares from the community, right? Let's see, Mona, yours is, because I think it's hanging up right now, because I have two down. Mona, yours is purple. Yours, here, we can do it on full. So I need to put, I had them right here next to me. I need to put Christine's and Madame Butterfly's up, and then I need to pull down 3 other ones for additional charms. Oh my gosh, it's so, hold on. There it is. So I counted, and not including the 4 for the charity stream, I think currently we have a total of 33 squares. But I just decided, because I don't want to cut anyone off, so we're just going to keep it going until we're like, okay, we have enough squares. Still working towards your square? Well, Christine, oh no, this is Christine. I was just like, wait a minute, isn't this it? But no, that's Christine, not Christina. But yeah, because even if we want it, because the thing is, my plan is to hang the quilt up back here. So it's like, I'm almost wondering if 120 squares would be too big, because you can see how much these, because I have these kind of folded and kind of cinched in. So you can see that it would already be a big quilt. But how fun would that be if we did one where like everybody sent in squares, right? It's a fun project, and it has so much potential to just be a ginormous kind of project. But I love just the interaction of, you know, people can shop for their charms and how they want to do their names and everything. Let's see. I am using, oh, hang on. Paul's scratching at the door. 1 second. It's because he heard the other cat's food go off. Hang on. Sir, that's not yours. Here. I'm going to have Chat babysit you for a minute, okay? Hey, Chat. You can babysit Paul while I square away the food. Sir, he says, I want to eat her snacks, though. Yeah, but they're not your snacks. She has prescription food that you don't need. Okay, here, he's sitting. Oh, I can't tilt it down, but he's sitting in the chair now. Here, why don't you get on the desk? There you go. All right. Chat can babysit you, okay? You down just a bit. There you go. He's right there. All right. Watch the cat while I fix the food. He's probably going to jump. That's not yours to drink, sir. That's paint water. He's right there. There we go. Yeah, as soon as I mess with that food, he is going to... He's rubbing his face on it. He's going to bolt. Oh, he didn't. He's still sitting there. Oh, are we just sitting on the whole thing? Is that what's going on? To be fair, I put him here. Here we go. Here we go. He's a handsome boy. Hey, look over here. Look, see? Oh, you want to look over here? There it is. There we go. He's so soft. Yay, Paul is back, right? Redeeming for some charms next week? Nice. Are we done here? Is this good? His tail, here we go. To be fair, I mean, I put him on here, so I have no one to blame but myself, huh? Yeah. He's so soft. The mail-in quilt scare sounds like an old patchwork quilt like my granny. Right? And like it'd be cool because they would all be like anybody could use whatever scrap fabric they had or whatever and they could do. Like obviously there would be guidelines, you know, keep it family friendly, no swear words. You know, keep it YouTube safe. But yeah. What do you think? All right. Should we get back to the page so we can finish it? Oh, apparently that's a yes. He's decided to leave. All right, we're good. Put the food away for now. I'm just gonna get her food after we're done streaming today. Oh, put the mic back on. Well, hello, Paul. Ooh, Della, you might be behind a little. Okay, look at that. We're almost done. We're really close. I feel like, how can we not finish it at this point? Okay. Well, and the cool thing is if we were sending in squares, even internationally, it could work, because if your square doesn't have like, because the charms obviously thicken it, but if you're just doing some embroidery or vinyl or whatever you want on it, that could fold up into an envelope. You like the white, we could do kind of a white ladder. I mean, we would need to add a little something to set it apart, but we could use like the turquoise gray and white. That could work actually. All right, so let's use the turquoise gray, and that will be our dark color on the side. And then we can add some shadows to it to kind of give it a bit of shape. Oh, okay. But yeah, like if we get to the end of this and we're like, everybody's got most of their squares, like we could do that, or we could, you know, do it as a whole separate project for 20, I mean, because we started this in January, didn't we? Either way, it's definitely a fun idea for a project in the future. Okay, so I am going to get some white here and we'll smooth out the edges. So it'll be like a subtle green. And then we can use the, should we use black? I don't, black might be too, we'll see. Well, we're gonna create shadows here to just give it a little bit of depth and shape. Okay. So now, exactly, words are hard. Kind of lurking and working here. That works. All good. Yeah, let's get 70% warm gray if I don't already have it out. Here we go, 70% warm gray. Not quite a full black. Okay, and let's see, we're gonna do a little bit of darkness on the side of the ladder here. And then we're gonna do a little bit on this side. Okay. And then we're gonna do a little bit extra on this side of the rung because there would definitely be like a shadow cast there. There we are. And a little bit of shadow cast from the berry. Same thing here from the leaves. Yeah, that works. All right, now let's use our blender on it. Thanks, Kim. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that was a good suggestion. I like that a lot. It's still like it's kind of greenish, but it pops from the other one. Okay, so that is the cake finished. And don't forget, we're still gonna do our highlights and everything. So let's go down and let's see, how are we doing on time? 12:13? Because I am getting really hungry. Let's do one cluster of berries and, all right, you guys can hold me to it. This is me promising to finish these last two clusters of berries, okay? If I come back on Wednesday and I haven't finished it yet, then I have to, what do I have to do? I can only use my thumbs to color on Wednesday. I'll have to hold it all like this, okay? So if I'm not caught up on Wednesday, I have to color using only my thumbs, all right? Give us all points, there you go. You guys will keep me accountable. My flakeability will become accountability. Yeah, but see, if I do the points, you guys will be rooting for me not to finish it. All right, well, let's do this so that you guys know how I did these ones up here, because we did these ones like up here a little bit, like Callie said. All right, so let's see. I used Crimson Lake. I used the Crimson, Carmine Red. Yeah, maybe. Okay, Carmine Red. We'll do the Crimson Lake and do the Tuscan Red. No, Renee, that was the worst. It's the worst.
I want to put my stuff away. Okay. So we're going to start with the Crimson Lake. Now it's kind of tricky getting these look kind of realistic, only because like the seeds are clearly not a realistic size. So, you know, why, Renee? Why? Honestly. That's the true punishment. I gotta put things away? What do you mean I gotta put things back where they came from? See, I really can't talk because like multiple times I told my kids, see, it wouldn't be lost if you would just clean up after you, or you wouldn't have to clean up a big messy room. And here I am like, I don't want to put things away. Look, I do it all, but my tummy's growling. I'm hungry. And I think I kind of want more coffee too. I will say, so I tested out a light roast sample of coffee that I got from that Left Coast Coffee Company because I'm waiting for my order to get here because I put off ordering it. Not just, but everything. Okay, look, the office isn't that bad. Like it's all cleaned up. However, off on this side, I do have some stuff because I cleared off this shelf because I wanted to organize it with the yarn. My yarn's put away. Does that count? My mom's visiting. Should I just tell her, be like, all right, make sure I finish this weekend or they're going to make me organize. I don't want to organize. Sorry, I'm looking over here because this is where I read your chat. If I go here and talk to you guys in camera, it looks like I'm talking to you, but in reality, I can't see anything you said. Look, what am I sitting like? I'm like Gollum. Like my precious. Okay. All hunched over, hoarding my pencils and... It's easier to just finish the berries. I know, right? All this time I'm talking about looking like Gollum. I could have finished the berries. My tummy's growling. Okay, so let's see. Let's do Carmine Red. Carmine Red. I did get some more lighter hair dye. So I think next week I'm going to try and lighten the part of the hair that I want to do the purple hair dye on. And I might try the purple next week. So if I come back, you'll know that I give points out. There you go. I don't want to clean my room. Okay, it's actually pretty clean. We're fine there, but there are definitely pencils to put away and, you know, a tangled yarn ball to roll up. And oh, thanks, Kelly. Yeah, it's just straightened today and it's definitely lighter. So what I'm going to do, because I tested it out with the conditioner, what I want to do is I want to take this part and I want to dye it light. Like this is what I want to continue to lighten, is this part here. And then what I'll do is this will get purple. And then so when it goes down, you'll see the purple like peeking out from here or like maybe here. And then when I pull my hair up, like in a twisty thing, then you'll see just like a little bit of purple from the bottom. So I don't want to go like full purple, but I think I'll stop dyeing the top part and just lighten the section that I want to put the purple on. But I'm doing this all myself, so it may be a complete disaster. We'll see. I gotta get lunch. Off screen, Emily. Ooh, what do we get? Tassel charm, nice, Mona. Oh, here, while we're doing this, I know, I keep getting distracted. I can let you know what, because I don't know if you put a color on there that you want, but here, let me, hang on, I gotta move my iPad here. Let me get the tassel charms, and you can tell me which color you want, because I have the white one set aside. So, as far as the tassel charms, we've got kind of a warmer purple. We've got like a lavender. There's the pink and there's like a greenish one. So let me see. Yeah, I've got Christine's sitting here. So let's see. Let's see if you put in, let's refresh real quick because I've got the page up right now. For Mona, come on, load page. What do we have? We have light pink. Ha! You're in luck. Pink is available. I've got it set aside. Right? I know it. I know it. I'm the cool mom. I'm not like other moms. I'm those cool moms. In case you aren't aware, that's a line from, oh, what am I? Oh, Mean Girls. Mean Girls. Okay. I gotta stop getting distracted. I'm telling you, I'm like a dog that's seen a squirrel.
something shiny, I just go squirrel. I love a tangent. I sometimes wonder, like, if I'd ever be able to manage, like, a marathon stream. Part of me feels like I would. Hang on one second. We'll have to keep an eye out for sales or like just see if they got any more of those tassels. We were looking at charms yesterday when we did our little girls shopping trip over to Hobby Lobby. They're just so pretty. Like even the areas like the faux opal ones that I have, like those came from the like the earring section. Let's see, this is Crimson Lake. Let's do, we got rainbow flower bead. Nice. Ooh, get more redemptions. I love it. Okay, so let's see, carmine red. Okay, and then we're gonna do the peach here. Okay. Then we're gonna go in with the Tuscan red. We don't want you to faint. Yeah, I'm sitting, I can't faint. No, it's mostly just a grumbly tummy. But we're good, we're almost there. We're gonna do this cluster, and then I will finish the other two clusters after lunch. I will do it. I know I can. Okay. So a little bit more Tuscan red. Ooh, wind's picking up outside. Okay, and then let's do more of the Crimson Lake. If we make our quilt squares, what will the points go towards? Do you mean like afterwards, like after it's completely full, what will your extra points go towards? So what I've planned for is if someone goes ahead and does their square. Oh, wait, are you talking about like if we do the send-in quilt squares? I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to think about it. But currently, if you fill up your quilt square entirely, you can either get a second quilt square or donate, or at that point, you can kind of do whatever you want with the points in the sense of whether or not you want to put them towards someone else or whatever else. But if we do the send-in quilt squares, I don't know, I'll have to think of something new for the points. I'm assuming that we like the points, right? Because it's not like it's real money or anything and you get to just, you know, have fun with it. So even after the quilt is done, do we want to continue with the points? Ooh, you know what we could do? So a friend of mine does something called Twitch Spawn. So she streams Minecraft on Twitch, but on special days like the birthday or, you know, if there's some sort of like charity event. Yes, please. Oh, so Kelly, the exclamation point redeem is listed at the bottom, but it doesn't actually do anything. Oh, okay, well, ignore Streamlabs. It apparently says that it works. But so the redeem, you have an option of setting up the redeem where they can redeem it in chat, but it's super complicated and I just have no way of removing that command. So it's sort of an empty command. But so what she does is for like birthdays and stuff, she has redemptions that affect her game. So kind of like what we did for the charity stream, but like we could save it for like special event streams. So like when we do the Johanna stream, we could do, you know, like you could redeem like switch pencils or color with your left hand or whatever. And so in the store, instead of like the charms and stuff, you could redeem things that we're using the carmine red. Things that would affect the stream. So like just super fun things, right? So rather than like a Twitch spawn, we could do a YouTube coloring spawn and then you could redeem for, you know, ways that you can affect the stream. That could be fun. But that's just during holidays too. So I don't know, I'll need to brainstorm. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on the whole redemptions for the quilt stuff anyway. Let's see, we're gonna use violet. So we'll definitely continue with it in some fashion. But that being said, I don't think we're going to be done with the quilt anytime soon. Because like I said, we can keep it going until everybody, you know, the majority of those that are, you know, regulars here and are definitely working towards wanting to redeem stuff, we can just keep it going for a bit. Like I've already got the material for the other squares, so there's no rush on it. All right, so now, like pick the picture. Yeah, exactly. All right, so now we're gonna do black, but obviously there'd be guidelines. Like I would choose the book, but then, you know, chat could choose the picture or whatever else. But yeah, that could be fun. It's always neat when you can bring the interaction onto like a personal level, right? Like not just where we're chatting, but where like you can actually affect part of the stream in a good, fun way, obviously. Okay, and then we're gonna do some black on this side over here. And then we'll use more of the crimson. Like, oh my gosh, Paul, you left so much fur on the desk. Okay. Okay, let's add a little bit more. I want to get this just a touch more red. All right, and then let's do the yellow ochre. Right, absolutely. It'd be like, there's so many options. Like, I'll need to start brainstorm to figure out what our next points. Ooh, there we go. We can call them points projects. What our next points projects will be. And maybe if I come up with multiple, when we're done with the quilt, we could do a community vote of which kind of points project we want to do. And that way everybody can jump in on it. Here we go. All right, let's see, dark brown. So I use yellow ochre and dark brown for the seeds. Oh, I said I wanted to, no, okay. Okay, so for the seeds, and don't worry, we still have our, well, not worry, but yeah, we're still doing highlights on these before we go. Yeah, points project with your brainstorming. I know I'm storming up a brain. Wait a minute. No, I have the brain. Oh man, now it sounds like I'm trying to actually get a brain. Creating the brain. Storming up a brain. Oh my. There are just times where my head's going, you should probably stop talking now. Okay, so let's go ahead and do cloud blue now on the blueberries. We're just going to fill it in all the way. Okay. Then we're going to grab the indigo blue. Let's see, that's the black, that's violet, indigo blue. Here we go. I know, right? It's the brain. It's the brain. It's got to catch up with the food. Now, I was telling my mom too, I'm doing this kind of my go-to lunch. I think I've mentioned it before, but it's like I never feel like bad after eating. You know, sometimes like if I eat something that's kind of on the fence, I'm like, not feel great. But I like to do, oh, Della, it was you with the cinnamon, right? I think it was Della with the cinnamon. Not cinnamon. Cinnamon. Yeah, pretty sure it was Della. It was delicious. And now I feel like normal apples are boring. Like, well, I definitely need cinnamon on them now. Anyway, sorry, I said I'd report back. It was delicious, and I love it, and I want to do it forever now. Well, because I wondered, because like I've never really done like cinnamon and peanut butter, so it never really crossed my mind. But I tried it the other day, and I was just like, "Aw, it's so good." Right? Words are hard. They're very hard. Okay, so blueberries. Then we're going to grab the, what was it? It was the ultramarine. Bye, Mona. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it was delicious. It should have been obvious. Like, I love cinnamon. Anyway, but I just eat like protein and fruit and everything. And so it's always my good go-to lunch. Okay. All right, now we're gonna get the black because these obviously need to be darker. So we're gonna get the black. Because let's be honest, like blueberries are usually a pretty dark color as it is. Like who even am I? I used to never use black. And now I'm like, more black. Okay, then we're gonna get indigo blue. There we go. Bring that out just a bit more. Let's think of VeggieTales, Madame Blueberry. I'm so blue. All right, let's see. Ultramarine. Ultramarine. Then we're going to take our black and we're just going to fill in this middle part. Right there. Okay. Then we're gonna get our blender. Yeah, I blendered the strawberry, yeah. And we're gonna blender the blueberry. Okay. And then we're gonna take our eraser, and I use the teeny tiny tip, and this is just the Afmat eraser. And because it always looks like there's some, like, not powdery stuff, but you know, there's a variation on the color of the blueberry. So I just use the eraser and slowly lift some of that. Alternatively, if you didn't have the eraser, you could preemptively like leave these spots empty. I just find it easier to kind of imagine them post. Bye, Anna. Thanks for being here. Oh, blueberry smoothie. That sounds good too. Oh, okay. Foodstuffs. All right. So now we're going to do Parma Violet, and we are going to fill in all of the little blackberry thingamajiggers here. What would you call these? Individual seeds, parts of the berry? Not sure. All right. So blackberry, and then we're going to bring in our black. Right. Autocorrect is fabulous. We're going to bring in black. And all these parts that are like in between, those are going to get solid black. Okay. And the blackberry will most definitely be doing highlights as well. Okay, so we're doing it all on the left side. Okay, then we are going to grab, what was it, mulberry? What did I use? I used, yeah, I feel like it was mulberry. Okay, mulberry is, yeah, there it is. Okay, so now on some of these, we're gonna bring in, no, you know, it wasn't mulberry. That's too purpley. Let's do, oh, crimson red. I think that was it. That's magenta. Rose red. Did I do rose red? Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what I did. It might have been rose red. Okay. So rose red. On some of these, they're going to be, it's like that section of the berry isn't quite ripe yet. So we're going to do some of those. And then we're going to go in with our black again for these ones that we're leaving. And we're just going to kind of make it a little bit of a smoother stop of the black so it kind of blends with it. And then actually we're going to use our black here because this would be very, you know, where it overlaps, that's going to be nice and dark. So we're going to bring that around like so. Okay, let's see. Let's use a little bit more of that Parma Violet. Just a bit here. Okay, and let's do a little bit of black. There's that one pink that I did that didn't really belong there, but that works. Okay, so that is the blackberry there. It's got a little bit of a glare. I swear it's darker than it is. Let's add a little bit more on this side to help it pop from the cake. And once we have the leaf there as well. I mean, let's be honest. Blackberries are a pretty dark berry. There we go. Okay, now let's quick do these leaves. So I kind of did them all together and I alternated kind of warmer green with cooler green. Almost nap time. I know, right? Oh, nap sounds good. So we're gonna do the turquoise gray, and then what did I use on that last night? Wasn't true green. I think I used this one, which is the spring green or apple green. Hang on, I think it was the spring green. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do this one. Oh, it's okay. You can watch it back later, and I'll post pictures. Definitely go rest. Headaches are absolutely no fun. So we're gonna do turquoise gray all on this one. Okay, and then let's see. Let's do turquoise gray on this one as well. So I kind of alternate the colors on the leaves. So now we're gonna do spring green, or no, was it? Yeah, it was spring green. Okay, just very lightly give us our base color. Then we're gonna grab our dark green. Thanks, Stella. Okay, we're gonna do dark green. I did olive green on that one. Okay, so we're gonna do dark green here. And here, we're going to be bringing in that black again to do the shadows for these leaves. Okay, dark green. Okay. And then we're going to do olive green. Bring all these greens over here since we're using them. Okay, let's see. That's grass green. Actually, we will use a little bit of grass green on these cooler colored leaves. Just a bit though. Okay, and then olive green is here. Okay, so this is our darkest green for this leaf. Okay, that's the olive green. And then let's see, what did I have on deck? That's the apple green. Yeah, let's do just a little bit of apple green. Just a touch, just a skosh. And then let's grab our turquoise gray again here. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and blend it and then we'll use our black. Let's see. Right, well, I also did this last night, so I have the colors remembered. Adding illustrators to the quilt is terrific. Don't think there'd be a coloring community without all the illustrators. Aw, thanks. Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun, especially ones that have made, I mean, Johanna has made the biggest impact, like, ever. So I could definitely, like, we could do one for Rachel Reiner, one for Maggie, and, like, do their designs on the quilt. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I'm going to need to look through their books and see which ones I can find. I love embroidery. All right, then we're going to do black. Okay. Let's give them some depth to these leaves just a bit. Yeah, it helped, like I said, it helped that I picked out these colors last night when I was doing the other ones. So I kind of had it in my head what I wanted to do already. I think we need to add a little bit more olive green to this one. There we go, olive green. Okay, now let's use the blender one more time. And I think what I want to do, so obviously we'll still need to do those ones, but I think what I want to do is I want to add just a little bit of shadow where these are kind of sitting on the ground. But let's see, what color do I want to use for it? Let's do, sorry, I'm looking at the color chart here. Thank you, Angela. Let's see. Let's do, my instinct says like this or the cloud blue. Actually, I think the cloud blue could work for that. Let's do the cloud blue. And I just want to do just a little bit where everything is kind of sitting on the ground. So it's not like a true background. We're just giving these cupcakes and cakes something to sit on, you know? And actually, probably 70% cool gray would be a good idea to bring in on this. So 70% cool gray. How are we doing on time? All right, I'm giving myself until 1, because after that I really do have to eat. That only gives me an hour before I gotta start getting ready to go pick up the kids. Okay, so we're gonna grab 70. No, we're gonna continue with the what was it, cloud blue, and then we'll go back in with the gray. But because we're gonna bring in the gray, that was a mix of blue and gray, we can extend out our cloud blue just a bit. Like I said, not a true background, just giving the treats something to stand on. Okay, let's help this just a little bit. Thanks, Kim. You know me, I'm all about the rainbows. All right, so bring this out. I know it's sideways right now, just bear with. Okay, same thing there. Let's see. It also helps when I can like take a look back and see how it looks like on the screen for you guys. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Then we'll add the gray. Just a touch. Okay. Here. And then here. Nope, nothing. You saw nothing. Nothing snapped. It's a ghost. It's Halloween. Wasn't me. Like I said, not like a full background or anything. Just literally giving it something to sit on. Okay, now last thing we're going to do before... Oh, right. I forgot about words. Okay, we might need to do double words next time since we're just doing a simple bookmark. I forgot to take that into account. Okay, so I'm just using a white gouache here. I like the gouache because it's matte, and let's be honest, lately I've pretty much been in love with gouache. Okay. All right, so we've done some highlights there already, but what we're going to start with are the berries for this. Mainly the blackberries. Now, when it dries, it's probably not going to be as bright as this because the white paint can absorb the color pencil behind it a bit. But I feel like having the little highlight on the blackberries really just kind of steps it up for it. And then let's see, let's do some on the strawberries. Usually the highlights are kind of in that raised area near where the seeds are. We don't have to put a ton. In fact, I may get rid of that one. But it's nice because like with gouache, I can just kind of scrape it away. Not a big deal. Okay, so we'll just do a little bit there. Let's see, blueberries. Blueberries, unless they're wet, like they don't have a lot of highlights. They're kind of a matte kind of fruit or berry, you know? Okay, let's do a little bit there. There. Just a little bit on the blueberries. Okay. There. Okay, and then a little bit on these strawberries. Blueberries. And then we got the, oh, there's a paw hair on my paintbrush. Paw, gotta keep your furs. Okay. Sorry, I'll look up at chat in a bit. I'm now in focus mode to make sure we get all the highlights. Bye, Natalie. Thanks for being here. Have a good dinner, Linda. Okay. Almost there. Okay, that's the blackberry there. Okay, let's come on down. Try not to make sure I don't knock my water off here or elbow it into something. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit there. Okay. Let's see, a little bit more white. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I really like the highlights on the blackberries. I feel like that just kind of takes the cake. Well, that's not the right term. This is the cake. I'll take the cake. Oh, the cherry. That's right. We need to do highlights on the cherry too. That was another one I was waiting for the highlights for. Here we go. And then we'll do one on, can we see this? Nope, I'm out of frame. Hang on. Okay, we're going to add a little bit to this one, a little bit to the blueberries. Okay, have I missed any others? We've got this window here. We'll do just tiny little highlight there. We could add them. Oh, thanks, Christine. Or Christina, sorry. Let's add them on here because we did these as like raised chocolates, right? So let's go ahead and add, because you know, chocolate's kind of shiny when it's in candy form. So we're going to add highlights to these little pieces of chocolate here. I think that'll give it a bit more depth as well. Okay. Chatting for charms, love it. Make that on a, we could do a sticker, make it a t-shirt, chatting for charms. Dang it, Paul. Cat hairs. Okay. Anybody who owns a cat knows it's inevitable. It's like kitty glitter. All right. There we go. Get it a little bit more wet. Okay, so there. Like I said, when it dries, like it doesn't stand out quite as much as it did before, but it works. Let's do the doorknob. All these little chocolates as well. Okay. Oh, this one up here. Let's do the doorknob. Okay, did I miss any highlights? I think I'll probably adjust this one so the highlights on this window aren't so big, but I think that did it, right? Yeah, because if I do those other berries, that'll be easily like another 20 minutes. And yeah, I need to eat. Kitty glitter, exactly. But yeah, aside from these two little clusters, which I'll get done, what do we think? We like it? I feel like it's very, very colorful. I'm happy with it, especially for my first page from this artist. So I will, like, I want to finish these days because I want to get this posted as well. So I'm going to go scarf some food and then come and finish this. Ah, thanks. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. I know we've been doing like all kinds of things, but I feel like this one is almost like kind of bright colors, classic, throwback to what, you know, to what I did a lot before. But yeah, that's super cute and colorful. I'm very, ow, I just poked myself. Thank you for that. Tiny piece of, yeah, something. Anyway. Okay, well, I think that's it. Yeah, it's 12:47, and if I do words, again, it'll be another 20 minutes, and I need to eat. And I think you guys all appreciate that. So, I'll post the picture when it's finished. We'll be live again on Wednesday. We're going to be doing the bookmarks. I'll see about figuring out which one we want to do first and what mediums. Mike said my instinct is markers for the first one, but we could do gouache for another one. So I'll be sure to do that in the community tab. So let me know. Members, you'll be able to download that. And again, it's up all month. So if you want to do that particular page, or even if you just want to color something else while we do it, that's fine too. But that is the plan for next week. So in the meantime, keep being awesome. And I'll see you guys next week. All right. Have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.